Sweet beans, it's Tuesday stream. Welcome on in, everyone. I hope everyone's having an absolutely fantastic Tuesday so far. I'm going to apologize right out the gate. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I could feel it in my energy levels. I am unwell, chat. But don't worry, I don't think I'm like sick. Like, I don't think I'm like COVID. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I have like a disease. I'm just like, I'm all stuffed up. I think I got like a sinus infection, which is a pain in the ass because there's like literally nothing you can do about it. So if I talk a little bit slower or get a little bit out of breath or just, we're going to have like a slightly lower energy today. But I think we'll still have a good vibe. Your mic is making your sick voice cromch. Oh, that's no, it's way now. 1 second. Everything is trying to break on me, chat. I kid you not. Everything is trying to break. Let me see if I could fix my crunchy audio because I don't want crunchy audio. No crunchy allowed. Then I'll say hello to everyone. 1 second. Let me hear how bad it is. 1 second. I'm trying to open everything. Is it gonna work? Hello. How crunchy? Wow. Just nothing, chat. Just nothing desires to work. Just is Twitch good? Desires to work. There we go. Is Twitch good? Desires to work. I don't hear the crunchy on there, but it might be. 1 second. Let me turn my my bike on. My bike. Let me. The audience is now deaf. I heard it crunchy just a little bit. Let me see if I can't fix it. I genuinely don't know why. But like literally, chat, me opening OBS today just decided, yeah, but what if I just didn't work? It's like, okay, I don't know what to do about you just literally deciding not to do anything that you're supposed to do. So I decided I would finally update it because it's been asking me to update it for a bit. And I typically have the mentality of if it's not broke, don't fix it. Like I don't want to update it and then break something because, oh, guess what? All of the plugins you use don't work with your new version, blah, 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 et cetera, right? Yeah, the update didn't work. And then after I updated, I had to log in again and like I had to do all this crap. It's a pain in the ass. Anyways, you vomited this morning. You said that several times. I'm sorry, please feel better. I would say drink plenty of water because, you know, obviously you're losing water when you vomit, but at the same time, drinking the water might make you vomit more. So very small amounts at a time. And go to a doctor if you feel ill, please. I did get bonked. Okay, let me say hi to everyone. Is the cromching not that bad? Hello, Cromchy test. Cromchy test. Cromchy. Cromchy test. All right, I think we're good. I think it was just the jankery of everything swapping over because I haven't heard Cromchies. Has chat heard Cromchy? Twitch is broken. You can't clip. What? Twitch clips are broken? That's not fair. That's literally broken garbage. Hello, Foxy. All right, let me say hi to everyone real quick. And then we will discuss stuff. All right. I also have this other annoying thing that's happening right now in the background, and I don't know why, but like Windows are trying to phase through my OBS, and it's just like flickering every so often. And I'm not going to lie, it's triggering me. Because it's completely intermittent, and I have no idea why, but it's like Z fighting. I don't know how to describe it beyond that. Like I don't know how to show you my screen because I'm not set up to do that. But basically my left monitor has my OBS and like has all the redeems and stuff like that so that when you guys do stuff I could see it. And one window is trying to basically force its way through the other. And I literally can't stop it. It's not like a broken screen. It's like literally imagine if you like quickly alternated back and forth between which window was in focus. Like I'm talking about like a single frame of animation. It's just enough to make it like flash black. And it's tripping me out. It's random. Like sometimes it won't do it for a minute. And then sometimes it'll do it like 5 times in a row. Like it's insane. And it's triggering me because I have less patience right now because my breathing is impaired. That's it. Now you can't see people in chat. Pi, are you good? Let me say hi to everyone real quick. Before I forget, Oob, congratulations on first, mate. You'll get beacon color choice, as well as book entry, and then I'm going to scroll back up and make sure I say hello to everyone. Obviously, welcome on in, Milkman. Hope you're having a fantastic one today. How you doing, Brev? I hope they don't copyright strike me. I've been having, oh my god, I don't want to get into the YouTube copyright strikes. Oh, it's so painful. And this is with me being reserved about the audio and stuff that I use in my videos. Holy crap. Pi, welcome on in. Hope you're having a great one. Rooster, hope you're having a fantastic fantastic one as well. Mango, welcome back. Glad to have you, mate. Pie, hope you're having a good one. I don't remember if I said hi to Pie. Kira, how's it going, mate? Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday. Am I missing people? I know I'm missing people. Foxy, welcome on in. Goop Guy, how's it going, mate? Hope you're having a fantastic one. I think I got everyone. Chat, you know what to do. If I missed your name, heck and ponk me. But yeah, I apologize in advance if we A, have to have a short stinky stream, and B, if I'm like just like lethargic like this energy right here is my maximum output, chat. I am literally in my final form. I don't have literally like I don't have the ability to breathe while I'm talking. So I need to like stop and breathe. I know, it's wild. Is this what people have to do? Chat, is this what like normies have to do? Is this what normal people have to do when they talk? Stop and breathe? Because I don't know how you guys do it. Like I'm dying here thinking about how to do that.
Ready to be judged. Harrison,
check Discord. Okay, 1 second.
I'll never respond. Take a hit.
I have to open Discord. 1 second. Chat, 1 second. Everything is falling apart. It's all breaking. Chat, it's all coming down. What am I looking at here? It says content sharing. Content sharing. You're all by yourself, Pi. That's it. There's no one else here but you. Actually, I am a fig Newton of your imagination. You're in a coma. Wake up, Pi. Pi, wake up, please. Wake up, Pi. You can do it. We believe in you, okay? The doctors, they want to pull your plug, but I believe in you. Wake up, Pi. I flipped the script, guys. Normally it's the other way around. Normally you're the ones convincing me that I'm in a coma. Yeah, I don't know why, like genuinely, like I don't know why Twitch, like mobile specifically. My back. I'll sit up straight. There we go. I genuinely have no idea why Twitch mobile is like the most scuffed thing in existence. You're on PC? Never mind. Never mind. I legitimately, chat, also hydrate me. Oh my god. I forgot to get water. Chat, this is a rare. I'm so cooked right now, you have no idea. I was scrambling to get stream started. Actually, funny story. I'm going to tell this real quick, then I'm going to refill my water, and then I'm going to drink the water. I will eat my water. I will need to be watered, chat. Please keep me hydrated, okay? But I had, like, a fever dream. Not literally. I didn't get any sleep last night because I also had an upset stomach. I think it was completely unrelated. But TLDR, I had to like sleep in my recliner to like remain comfortable because laying down was like making me incapable of breathing. Yes, incapable. Specifically incapable. So while I was sitting in my chair, I had a dream that I like disassembled my entire computer system. Like, it was like an hour before stream, I disassembled everything, and then was like trying to just put together the stuff that I needed to specifically stream, and then it was like an hour later. Oh, come on in, sacrifice. It was like an hour late, and I'm sitting there in Twitch chat being like, guys, I promise I'm trying to go live right now, but everything's not working, and I don't know why, because I disassembled it like a dumbass. And I got enough assembled to start the stream, except for the microphone that I could not find. I lost my microphone. That's literally what my dream was. And then I woke up and it was like, you know, like 11 in the morning, and I'm like, oh, I have plenty of time. I'm going back to bed. But then everything broke. It was like a premonition, chat. I could see the future. Solipsism? Something? I don't know. You're not the only conscious being in the universe? Are you sure about that? Let's see. I'm going to quickly get water. When I get back, I will answer any questions that I missed. Chat, please, I beg, please go easy on me today. I beg, okay? I think you might kill me if I laugh too hard. Like, actually. I don't have oxygen in my lungs right now, okay? I'm gonna go get my water. When I get back, I want to talk about my experience with the Minecraft movie. Which, spoilers, if you've been in the Discord and you've been watching Twitter, I've kind of teased that, bottom line, going into it, I thought it was going to be the hottest trash and the most cringe. I literally went into it expecting to like have a drinking game, like just like as bad as it is. Also, welcome in, Sensible Duck. Like as bad as it was going to be, that was just going to be us ripping on the movie the whole time. And honestly, in the first like 20-30 minutes of it, I was like, yep, it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. And then it kind of turned around. I'll get into that in a second. They love Crush and Loaf. 1 second, let me go get my water. I'm gonna have to like recalibrate my face. Give me a second, chat. I need to go refill my water bottle. Professional streamer here, BRB. BRB, BRB. 1 second. Oh, it's such a pain in the ass to get out of this chair. 1 second. Getting water. I didn't mute my microphone so you could hear me from across the room refilling my water. Actually, standing up helped me breathe a little bit. Like, I can breathe through one nostril right now. I don't need it full. Actually, no, I should fully fill it. I should entirely fully fill it. You guys are gonna make me piss myself with hydrations this stream. There you go. This is how big is this? 2 quarts. 1.89 liters is the size of my water bottle. It's filled to the brim. Did you guys hear all of that? I hope you heard. I hope you heard every last word I said. Compression microphone fail. Let's go. Yeah. All right. 1 second. I'm getting back in my chair. I am gonna mute the mic every so often to like blow my nose because that's disgusting and I don't want anyone to hear that. You're welcome in, Mimi. 1 second. I'm doing that right now, actually. There we go. So if I mute the microphone to blow my nose and forget to unmute it and you see me yapping, please say so. All right, there we go. Let me calibrate my face. 1 second. Calibrating face. There we go. Face has been calibrated. Look directly into the nozzle. Do not look away from the nozzle. All right, I got my stuff back. I'm ready to go. Okay, so. Hi, meme. Tuesday is officially the worst day of April. Like, specifically Tuesday or, like, specifically today? Because, yeah. I kind of feel that vibe. I'm not going to lie. I feel that vibe. So, I'm going to chat. Everyone, I'm going to say this right now. I'm not going to say any spoilers for the movie. Anything that I say that spoils something in the movie would be something that's like already in the trailer or something. So it's like, it's not something that like, oh my God, I didn't realize that was going to happen. Oh man, guys, that's not fair. The whole movie's ruined. Spoiler alert. You can't spoil the movie. It's like the story is bad. I'm going to rip the bandage off early and say it was an ass movie, but I enjoyed myself. Like literally, the story was hot garbage cringe. There was no story. Like honestly, the story could have been them just making it up as they go. I would have believed you. However, I had a really good time. The beginning, the very, very beginning of the movie was basically like exposition galore. And I swear to God, we were ripping on the movie so hard. Like the exact initial response that we thought we were going to have the entire day, the entire movie was like the experience we had like the first like half hour, whatever of the movie, where they were like introducing literally Jack Black expositioning how Minecraft works to like get everyone that's never played before, like to understand. Yo, welcome to Akuma. The movie was saved by Jack Black being a walking. Now hear me out, Pi. Yes, Jack Black was fantastic, but honestly, my favorite character was Jason Momoa. Like legitimately, he stole the show. I was not expecting him to have like he did great. I want to see more of him now. How am I doing? I'm sick, but I'm trying to make do. I'm all right, mate. I'm all stuffed up. I think I got a sinus infection. That's it, though. It's pretty good news. That's what I said. So like anyone that's seen the movie, also please try not to spoil it for anyone here, because not that I think there's a lot to spoil, but like let people have it. Let them have the experience. The beginning was garbage. Oh my God, the beginning was so bad. I was so afraid they were setting the pace for the entire movie. But they basically got all the worst stuff out of the way right in the beginning. What's the point of explaining a film's concept? You're watching a film, odds are you know Minecraft. Yeah, and I hate that personally, but also it's and I hate this as an excuse, but it's a kids movie. It was made for kids. The target demographic were children. Now, I'm not saying that gives them an excuse to make a garbage film, because it doesn't. Morbius was not redeemable in any way, shape, or form. It's Morbin time. Guys, my favorite part of the Minecraft movie was when Steve jumped in and said, it's Steven time, and then totally Steved all over the place. No, like, all right, so, like, beginning of the movie was exposition, and I hate when the exposition is just a guy yapping at screen. Like, there's so many better ways to do exposition than literally that. Oh, I have to eat my water. Chat, eat your water. It's good for you. Thank you for hydrating your streamer, even though I forgot, and it was like a minute ago. I had to go get the water goop guy. I got it, though. There we go. But so first off, it was exposition. Jack Black explaining, like, it's not even him explaining Minecraft, because keep in mind, this movie is like not quote unquote canon. They had a ton of references, but they also kind of tied in Minecraft to Minecraft Dungeons and like a couple other IPs and stuff, and had some like creative liberties and things like that. So you can't really say it's Jack Black explaining Minecraft for like the first 10 minutes or whatever, because it's more or less, you know, the yearns for the mine scene? Like, as a child, I yearn for the mine. Like that scene, that was like immediate, like right off the bat. That was like the first friggin' scene in the movie. It was basically Jack Black discovering the Minecraft world. That was like the setup. And then he explained, you know, this is how I got there. I learned how to play the game, and you cut away from Jack Black and you're introduced to like the quote unquote like protagonist, like the cast of characters. And that at that point in time is where the movie just turns to shit. Oh my God. It was like literally every single word out of everyone's mouth was like, why are you speaking right now? Stop, please. Like every time they introduced you to a new character, it really just felt like they hit the randomized character background button, and just the person's script was read that paragraph. Like, perfect example. I'm gonna literally make something up right now. Like, let's say like main character dude. Like, you know, like the little kid was, the actor's name was like Sebastian. I forgot. I think Henry was his name in the actual movie. Like main character dude. Like, let's say I was a character in the movie and I was stood next to main character dude. I'd be like, hey, main character dude, how's it going? You know, it's me, your best friend, you know, the person you've known your entire life. We totally had that falling out for like, you know, a year or so, because I totally made fun of you that one time for clout on the internet. But like, we've reconciled since then. I think our bond has been stronger than ever since. You could forget about the fact that I had that crappy ex-girlfriend that, you know, totally used me and borderline got me addicted to drugs. But beyond that, we're cool now. So like, we're ready to go on this adventure together. You know, like something like that where you're like, oh my God, stop talking. Who cares? Like literally just trauma dumping your entire life story so that I can understand you as a character. And then you're thinking to yourself, I'm like, damn, this character must be like a main character and they got to let us know all this. This is going to be relevant later. You never see that character again. That's literally that's the movie. The best part, there was a lot of best parts. And actually, once they got rid of the stupid, like the real life parts, like where everyone's like, hi, I'm your teacher. Let me give you a complicated backstory so you can understand my character. Never see the teacher again. Hi, I'm your principal. You must understand I'm your principal. Here's my complicated character arc. You're there for a B-plot meme. Like so many characters got introduced and they did not need to even be there. Chicken jockey. Honestly, I think, all right, and this isn't in the movie. This is just an experience part of being in the theater. There was literally a part where some child couldn't have been over 12 years old just screamed as loud as they could after the entire as the entire theater like calmed down after a hype moment, went, so Sigma! Who was sitting right next to me? And I lost my shit. Because it's like, you know, when like the song quiets and you just hear someone like rip one where they were confident the song was going to cover for them. Like, it was like that moment where like everyone's like, oh, they said the thing. Whoa. Oh, Sigma. It was just. But no, honestly, I have to say this. The movie was charming, like genuinely, like beyond the cringe of it being an ass movie that had no story. The plot was stupid. Every single plot point was dumb and forced, and it was just there to be like, Minecraft reference. Remember this thing? Pepperidge Farm. You know what I mean? Like, I was going into it expecting this was going to be Men in Black 2. The whole movie was just a series of references and served no point. It was really like the only thing you needed to know was that Kay got unneuralized and then Men in Black 3 happens. Like, that's like that. That was it. But honestly, after they got done with the exposition and like the character introductions or whatever, I'm going to say it. I loved the special effects. I got drawn in. It was like a 3-hour-long movie too. Also, Monkey, thank you so much for 24 months. Holy schmauza. Let me write that one down so I know for gore. 2 whole frickin' years, Monkey. Thank you so much. I will check Discord. I did not miss that. I'm telling a story, okay, Jordan? I'm telling a story. I don't want to get sidetracked. You know what happens when I get sidetracked. Let's see. 1x oob for first, and then 1x monkey for sub. There we go. And I have to update your tree too, monkey. Well, I'm glad this terrible movie was charming. That's made it. Honestly, this disgusting thing about it is, as quote unquote bad as the movie was, it is going to be like number one for this year. Like, it is making obscene amounts of money, like record breaking amounts of money. They are flint and steel. They are definitely so sick. They are definitely going to make a sequel. And I don't think they should, honestly. There's like the story wraps up quote unquote nicely. Like everyone got to tell their story. Everyone has their happy ending. And then they do this like teaser at the end. By the way, there's a mid credit and an after credit. So like stick around for the whole time, quote unquote. You perfectly cut that clip. But like beyond that, like they are obviously going to try to milk this for a sequel. And I don't think they have any business doing so. There's tons of stuff they could do, but they shouldn't. But they will. Because it's making way too much money. I will say, I think my favorite scenes, it's hard to say favorite. I'm going to say this. I want to praise it for a few things. There were a few scenes that the CGI was trash. Like they looked like janky green screen, like just like it looked bad. But beyond those very few scenes, there were times that I forgot, like, wait, that's a CG creature. It just touched the human. Like it's like the human's interacting. Wait, where is the CG ending and the practicals like beginning? Like there were so many times that I lost track of what was practical and what was CG. So honestly, as much as I was ready to completely shit on the CGI ended up actually being good. Praise the VFX team and the set designers. Yeah, no, that, like I said, like there were times where I forgot what was reality. Like they did a great job on the visual effects. Beyond, like I said, the few nuances of it looks like someone rushed something in with a green screen or something like that. Like anything that was like a green screen and not like a practical set risked being that like weird janky, like the proportions break as the characters move around sort of feeling. But like anything that was a practical set, holy crap. They spent way too much money and time on the practicals, but it shined through. It was good. Yeah, the practicals were amazing too. Apparently every single thing in Secret Stash was... Yeah. No. Like a lot of sets. Entire sets were 100% real. Also, I feel like this isn't much of a spoiler. I'm not going to say what it was so you guys can experience it, but there was one scene that almost brought a tear to my eye. And it was the Technoblade. It was the Technoblade homage, which finding out afterwards that wasn't planned to be in there, that like the main child actor, like Henry or Sebastian, I think was his real name, like was the one that was like, hey, director that has no business directing this because you know nothing about Minecraft. There's this really pog dude that like died and was like a pillar of the community. Can we make a reference to them? And like seeing the techno reference that they didn't need to do that. But they did that, and they did it good. It was good. It made me go like, oh, 07s. And I think everyone in the theater, like there was a lot of people, because the theater we were in was like every seat was filled. Every single seat was filled. And like every time there was like chicken jockey, crafting table, flint and steel. Like every time Jack Black spoke, it was literally, yeah, it's the name, it's the thing. Like every fucking child screaming at the top of their lungs. It was hilarious. It was honestly funny. But like when that moment happened, everyone like in solidarity was like you just heard like a singular gasp and then there was silence. And then, like, you could almost hear everyone being like, yeah, you done did good, kid. You done did good, kid. It should be another Minecraft movie. If they do it, that the naming convention, like, they would be leaving money on the table, not doing another Minecraft movie. But, like, I feel like there's zero reason that they don't do one, besides the fact that they shouldn't. Jason Momoa was probably my favorite part of the movie. His character was fantastic. He acted him great. Every line out of his mouth is fantastic, and I was not expecting to love that character as much as I did, but definitely Jason Momoa, Garbage Man, Randy Savage, whatever his name was, Garrett the Garbage Man, Ferguson, whatever his name was, top tier. I love that character. I think main character dude, Sebastian, was the only necessary character beyond you needed Jack Black or you needed Steve, so quote unquote. You needed Jack Black, you needed Jason Momoa, because like those two were the main like things progressing the story, and you needed like main character lad so that like the audience had someone to like relate to or feel like that's the me in this movie. Like that they're my placeholder. But honestly, everyone beyond those characters were unnecessary. They were there. I forgot, was it Dawn? The one that was like that had like all the aminals, and then like the sister character, completely not needed. Like they had moments where they said funny things, but like their characters, in my opinion, did not add anything to the movie. People are usually quiet in theaters. Honestly, it's great that no, everyone was not quiet in theaters. Okay, 1 second. I will check Discord. Memes. This is just, what does this have to do with the conversation?
That I'm notoriously bad at responding.
This is an entirely separate thing from the conversation.
I will often be a part of a group chat that I just don't talk in, to the point where people will forget I'm there. So sometimes when I'm bored, I decide to just say the most random shit and then not reply.
I'm gonna blow my nose real quick. I'm gonna mute the microphone, chat. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You can probably hear it building up.
Nah, I think I'll be alright.
I didn't forgore. I was telling a story. Muting 1 sec.
With the slimy. Why is she still here?
Oh my god, my nose is gonna be raw by the time I'm done. Why is he still here? He's just like me, for real, for real. Also, I need to turn like the air on in my house. What's that? It's like getting way too stuffy in my room. Chat, TLDR, I'm dying, okay? Chicken fingers with the chicken strips. 1 second, I need to turn my air up. Jason Momoa, Jack Black, and main character lad, in my opinion, if the movie was just focusing on them, the movie would have been so much better. There was this random B-plot that was happening throughout the movie with the principal lady, which you didn't need her backstory. She would have been just fine just doing the jank she did. Chat, you remember the scene from the trailers or the teasers where, was it Jennifer Coolidge? Was that the name? Yeah, raw nose is crazy. It's 73 degrees in my house. That is way too hot right now. I gotta turn the cool on. Jennifer Coolidge. The villagers were concerning. They were hilarious, honestly. Like, they were weird, freaky, but also, like, kind of fun. I love the personality they gave the villagers. I can't say what it is, but when you hear boat magic, you'll cry. Boat magic was a great scene. Boat magic was a great scene. There we go. Air conditioner is on now. But there was this weird B-plot where, like, right off the bat, a nitwit, like, walks out through the portal and into the real world, and then gets hit by the car, and then the principal of the school or whatever, like, is the character that's like, oh my god, not again. And then, like, there's this whole B plot with her, where I'm not gonna say anything, but you definitely have to watch the mid credits scene. Like, you definitely have to watch after the credits to close that joke off, because there was a point in time where I'm like, did that woman just SA a villager? I don't think is consent. I'm just saying. And if you don't watch the end credits, it's just assume that she just took for yes. And then the end credits kind of like fills it as, okay, good. Thank God you clarified that. Holy crap. And also it was probably one of the funnier jokes. And it was probably one of the funnier jokes too. Because they were like building this thing up the entire movie. We're like, what? Why are we here? Why are we watching this? You were losing it that? Yeah. The whole time I'm like, stranger danger. Hello, are we going to address this? And then they literally addressed it in like the post credits. The whole time you could ask Oob. The whole time I'm just like, she just had her way with that villager's nose. She did some things to that nitwit, and I don't think he has the intelligence to agree to those things. You actually hear your ADHD vibrating in your head in a quiet theater. Yeah. So I will say ultimately the story was garbage. I think some of the coolest scenes were honestly one really cool thing they did, and this is technically not a spoiler since it's like the chicken jockey scene. They go to a woodland mansion. Like that's one of the plot points. Like they feng shuied a lot of things in. Like I think they tied in like you've seen this in like the stash where they had like the boots of swiftness, which is not a Minecraft item. It's a Dungeons item. For Minecraft Dungeons, for anyone that might have played like their Diablo version of the game. There's a lot of little things like that where they blend all their IPs into one. Like perfect example, like the piglins would normally like zombify if they went into the overworld. Like that's a game mechanic. And I think they used from Legends, which no one played. How many people in chat right now, raise their hands, has played Minecraft Legends? Anyone? They had a mechanic in there where they use like nether wart to like temporarily become immune to being like zombified by being in the overworld. Minecraft Dungeons? You mean Vault Hunters? Yeah, I know, right? Exactly, Oob. It's a game that they made, hyped up, half finished, and then discontinued before they even got a chance to live. TLDR, think of it like a Minecraft MOBA. I don't know how to describe it better than that. Yeah, garbage they pumped out rather than making up. Like I never really got a chance to play it, so I don't want to shit on it too much. But like everything I saw is like, why would anyone want to play this? Like, don't get me wrong, it's a neat concept, but it kind of just felt like, look, it's Minecraft slop. Alpha Mike played Minecraft Legends 2 like on 2 streams before it instantly. No, like I don't even think it lasted a year. Like actually, wait a minute. How long was Minecraft Legends available to play? 9 months. Oh my god. Minecraft Legends was available to play for approximately 9 months. And keep in mind, this number is probably like beta and like, you know, like early access and stuff like that, like where technically you could play it. But like not even a year. Bruh, it takes longer to make a baby than you could have played this game. It's ridiculous. It's terrible. I think they still technically advertise it too. Like, can't you still technically, like if you go to the launcher, can't you technically see it still, but you can't play it? I don't know. They might have pulled it out. But yeah, no. It was terrible. But they took from that the concept of the piglins having a way to stay in the overworld. I like that. I like I said, I went in not expecting them to like be 100% strict Minecraft to have creative liberties. Like I think another thing they changed, which was a weird change, where creepers are not hostile. Like they only explode if you hit them. Like I don't like, all right, sure, but like I guess that doesn't really change anything in the movie. Like they had a lot of little things, but I will say they had a good attention to detail because there were a lot of times where I'm like, that's cool. That's exactly how that needed to be. Like perfect example. And I think this was also in the trailers, so I don't think this is a spoiler. Like they get there, like the main crew, like the new crew get there like in the overworld and like, where the hell are we? And it becomes like nighttime instantly because Minecraft 10-minute daytime. You know what I mean? So like, it's nighttime, and then like all the baddies started spawning, and they immediately got like flaming night arrows. Like, you know, like they had like a hail of arrows from like a ton of skeletons, and they were all flaming arrows. And I'm like, man, a lot of these skeletons spawned with flame enchantments on their arrows. And when they cut to the skeletons, they had the enchantment glint on all of their bows. So they legitimately paid attention to that detail. Yes, they do have enchanted bows. Like little stuff like that was the stuff where I'm like, all right. You could have easily just been like, oh, shut up. That's in this world, all skeletons have enchanted bows. They're not enchanted, whatever. You could have done that, but they did. It's on the launcher, yes? Yeah, exactly. A game that they killed before it got a chance to live is still technically there. I feel bad for people that paid for it, because you had to like buy. Like you have to buy Legends, right? Like didn't they have DLC and shit? Like in-store like cash shop and stuff? Like I feel bad for the people that went in on it thinking it was like the next big thing. But let's see. So little nods like that were fun. Like I said, Jason Momoa's character was perfect. I loved everything about him. Via con Dios means see you later. No, it doesn't. Look at me. Yes, it does. Ignore what she's saying. Yes, it does. Like All right, stuff like that, like perfect. Okay, I think that's really all I could say without spoiling stuff. I would 100% recommend watching the movie. Like, actually, if you don't have the money to spend to like go out with friends and go to a theater, don't waste the time or money going to a theater. Like, don't go by yourself. It's pointless to go by yourself. Like, you're just going to be consumed by the greater mass of that movie theater if you do that. Wait till, like, it comes out on a streaming service or something like that, or pirate it. I mean, yar har. I mean, I can't say pirate it. I'm not allowed to condone illegal activities. But you know what I mean? Like, obtain it however you would. Watch it with friends. 100% watch it with friends. In fact, I want to rewatch it. And I want to rewatch it on my computer where I could like pause it because there were so many cameos and references and they were just like one after the next. They were just constant. I want to go back and look. Like, perfect example, and I'm not going to say when. If you see it, you'll see it. Jeb was in there. Jeb cameoed. You got to go nowhere, Scoop Guy. Jeb was physically in the movie. And he was like on screen for like literally 2 seconds. He didn't have a speaking line. He just existed. And I was like, there's that mofo. There's also a bunch of other like apparently YouTubers. I missed this the first time around. Like Dan TDM, LTD Shadow Lady, Mumbo Jumbo. Dan TDM was the only one I'm like, is that? And then he's gone off screen. I couldn't tell. Like, he wasn't like wearing his like setup or stuff. So I was like, I didn't know. I'm like, I was expecting to see like him with the goggles or some crap. And like, I don't know really what the others look like. So I didn't recognize them when they were on screen. You're allowed to condone illegal activities. Pirate, do cocaine, murder, CDO. No. In Minecraft, guys. Okay. In Minecraft. But yeah, no, I will say I had a good time. I enjoyed the experience. The beginning was trash. I really wish I could have just skipped the entire beginning chunk. It wasn't necessary in RL Craft. But like once they got back into the Minecraft world and that story started, I was hooked. I was in. I wasn't like sitting there distracted. I wasn't like, oh my God, when is it going to end? Like that. In Mine Life. I will say this one thing, and this is completely unrelated to the movie, and Oob can vouch for me with this. There was like, all right, so we were like all the way in the far right of the aisle. You could probably tell that from like the screenshot we sent. Like here, actually, I could just show you guys. Like I took a picture like after the movie was over to be like, I am proving that I was here. Yeah, right here. So we were all like the far right. Like I was literally the furthest right. Who already knows where I'm going with this. We were like the furthest right you could be. And like just to our left, there was like a family of 5, like 4 kids, mom and dad. And you could tell that the mom was responsible for keeping the kids in their seat. And the dad was the gopher. The dad was all right, the kids need this. They spilled something. They need paper towels. They need more popcorn. Go get this. Now on the far right, no. So this guy, every 5 minutes, was walking past us and walking back past us to get back to his seats. To the point where I'm like, look, all right, the first few times, like the movie wasn't started yet. Like it was like doing all the trailers and stuff before the movie even started. And this mofo was just like going back and forth. All right, maybe he had to go to the bathroom. He had to walk the kid to the bathroom. Oh, he had to go get popcorn. Oh, he brought the snacks. I think they even had like an attendant help them because they brought so many snacks. This mofo was going back and forth like 3 times. And then the last time an attendant was like there with an armful of crap. So you could just like pass it off to the guy. So you didn't have to come back so much. It was obscene. But once the movie started, it didn't stop. And I don't know if you could tell, but we have this theater that has like fancy seats where it's like you got like recliners. So you could legitimately recline. Like there was like footrests and everything. I refuse to go to a movie theater that don't have these seats anymore. I think it's like all the Cinemark movies that have this. It's super amazing. Not hashtag not sponsored or anything like that, but like it's comfy. The seats are a little more expensive, but it's worth it. So I had to like unrecline my ass to let this guy through. Constantly, to the point where me, Oob, and we had some other friends with it. I don't know if they want to be named or whatever, so I'm not gonna like list people's names or crap like that. But we were literally at some point like looking at them like, really, guy? Like really? Like you're still. Like this is like literally, I'm not even shitting you. This is like the 17th time you're passing me. And get your shit together or go the other direction. He was technically like closer to our side, which is why he was going that way. But I'm like looking at him like, I don't care. Go the other way. Cross more people. I'm getting fed up. And like, I want to say it took him until like halfway through the movie before he finally stopped. Yo, Minty, welcome on mid. How's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday. I'm sick, so my voice is all screwed and my energy is low. But yeah, no. I will say, once like the movie quote unquote got started, I had a good time. We were BSing about it the entire night. We went out to dinner afterwards, and we're just literally BSing about the entire movie. It was not one of those. I was expecting to go in there, sit down, shut up. Exactly. Is the spoilers allowed? No spoilers, Minty. Like anything that was like in trailers or teasers, like that's free because everyone's seen that already. But no spoilers of the actual movie. I've tried to not spoil anything. But honestly, I was expecting, like literally, bar was on the ground. When I got in there, I was expecting to just shit on the movie the whole time. And at the start, that's literally what I was doing. We were just having a good time commenting, like, actually, the real person that should be in trouble for blowing up Mr. Spudsy. I was in the movie, by the way, guys. The blowing up Mr. Spudsy was the teacher that gave the child explosives. Why is the child the one in trouble? Like, the whole time, I was like, that was me in the beginning. And then once the movie started, I was like, okay, no, never mind. I'm engaged. Never mind, I'm engaged. It was all Jingle keys. I will say this, the whole thing was like, Jingle's keys. Like, the whole thing was just like, references, I get that. Oh, but like, it was endearing. And Jack Black, I wanted to hate on him for being a literal meme generator, Flint and Steel. But like, his energy was just charming. I could not escape it. Every time he said some dumb shit, I couldn't help but just smirk at the energy he had. He was great. But like I said, I was not expecting this. Jason Momoa stole the show. If you spoil it, I will find you. I don't really think there's much you could spoil. Like, the trailers kind of lay down the story. Kids get sucked into world and they need to escape. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're stuck in Minecraft. If you die in the game, you die in real life. Like, that sort of, like, that's pretty much the movie. And everything else is just, we're going to go through a series of references to get us to that end point. There's like this little in the middle, like, artificially kind of like incentivized, like, oh, we've got to derail it, and we got to do this because of greed and humans and stuff. And it's like, okay, but then that doesn't actually matter at all. No, like the battles, the trailers into that. I never actually finished this point. So like, one of my favorite things that they did with the movie, and like I said, I don't think this is a spoiler because it was like literally the chicken jockey scene that everyone knows about, but you guys know that room in a woodland mansion that literally looks like a fight ring? They gave it like a purpose. Like they just improv that shit. It was like, you know what? This is going to be their cockfighting ring. Quite literally, chicken jockey. Like literally, that was that scene. And I'm just like, I kind of low key love that. Like they gave it a reason. It's the reason. It's the thing. It's their entertainment. It's the Illager entertainment room. You're just glad it's finally out. The movie has been an enigma for a decade, man. I don't know about a decade, but no, they announced it like forever ago. And honestly, every single thing that they released about the movie made me more and more concerned about how crap it was going to be. And like I said, it was not a good movie. Calling it a good movie would be a actual sin against real cinema. Like, the movie was slop. However, the theatrical, like whatever, like what, like, I don't know how you want to rate it or whatever, but like, to me, it's not just about how good physically the art is, so to speak. If it inflicts good feelings, in the end of the day, that's the point, right? You want to go to a movie, you want to be able to laugh and have a good time. If the movie did that, then the movie wasn't bad per se. It doesn't matter if it doesn't achieve the thing it wants to do, it achieved the feelings it wanted to feel. It was announced back when Microsoft buying, really? Like, actually? Like, I know people were talking about, like, we're going to make a live action Minecraft movie, but I didn't know they actually, like, I thought it was like a meme. Like, I thought it was a joke. And then later on, it was like, actually, we hired Jack Black. It's real. Honestly, we're forgetting that humans created Ugly Sonic. Honestly, it's kind of the same thing with the Sonic movie, where you went into it expecting, like, hot trash, especially after seeing the Ugly Sonic stuff. And you're kind of like, okay, actually, you know what? No, like, I had a good time. And then they made, 2 sequels? So I think they're going to do the same exact thing. Same exact thing that happened with Sonic, I think they're going to do with the Minecraft movie, and they're going to milk it. Objectively bad movie, but it's so shit it becomes good. Now, there's tons of movies that are like, you watch them to shit on them. Like, they are good because of how bad they are. And this one's kind of not that. This one's kind of like in a little uncanny valley of, like, it's not good. Like I said, it's not a good movie, but like, I can respect it making me feel good. Tato, question. Demzers, answer. So like I said, like it's slop, 100% slop. Okay, you know what? Here's a good way. I think this is the best way I can think to explain it. I don't think anyone is going to say that YouTube poops are quality content on YouTube. You look at it, it's like swows, ha, ha, yeah, ping. You know, it's slop. But you watch it and you laugh, and you watch it again and you laugh, and you send it to your friends and your friends laugh. It's not that it's good. It's literally slop. But if you're watching, you know what I mean? If you're a buddy, could we call you a spuddy? Yeah. In fact, I think there was a point in time on the channel where I was calling like people, like before we had like Team Tater and stuff, where I was like, y'all are my spuddies or whatever. You know what I mean? Like some cringe moment like that or whatever. But like, yeah, that's fine. I think the only thing I tell people I don't want them to call me is daddy, because that's just weird. But yeah, no, the movie is, think of it like a YouTube poop. You can love a YouTube poop. You can enjoy watching it, and you can watch it over and over again. No one's going to call it peak cinema, okay? But it doesn't make it any less enjoyable. Minecraft movie was enjoyable. 100% enjoyable. YouTube poops are intentionally made to be bad because it makes the jokes funnier. Yeah, but it's less about the fact that it's good or bad content. It's slop. It's made to be consumed. It's kind of like potato chips are not gourmet food. They're meant to be consumed in bulk. They're meant to be cheap. They're meant to be enjoyed. They're not meant to be like a little ritzy bite of some fancy gourmet food that you pay $100 for, like the experience of having. You're back. Welcome back, Minty. You can call me I can call you dad, as you're my canon dad. I'm fine with dad. I'm fine with father. I'm fine with peepaw, whatever, all the other. Daddy just feels weird. So what video game? None. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate when they just, because part of me hates because the only reason Minecraft movie did as good as it did was because of the IP. Father Fox works. Yeah. Parent. Yeah. Like that's all fine. Daddy just sounds like. Daddy just sounds like it sounds. Wait, no. That goes into the 18+ range on Twitch, and I'm not trying to get there. I'm trying to be advertiser friendly, guys. Okay. Potato. I'm fine with potato. Papa, father, like all that. I don't care about that. That's fine. I'll be your internet dad. I question your life choices if you desire that, but I'm okay with that. Daddy is just no. You already see that had police come and escort you for teens. Oh yeah, no, I heard that like a lot of movie theaters were like literally throwing stuff at the screen, like oh my god, like crap was going down. We were lucky that we had like a relatively calm experience. Like people were screaming, but it was just like hype, and then that was done. Moment passed. Next. That's why I said wait. I like retweeted this. Someone did I? Yeah, this right here.
I am Steve.
This is too perfect.
This is a crafting table.
This was literally our experience, like tit for tat. This was literally our experience. Like that literally, I can't chat, I can't breathe, oh my god. That right there was like, that summed up the experience way too perfectly. Like, it summed it up way too perfectly. Everyone was uncomfortable at that Jennifer Coolidge scene. People got escorted out in the theater, your friends were, that's crazy. But yeah, no one, the Minecraft sex, no. Tato, can I call you mother? Absolutely not. I think we have a clip on the channel that's like, I'm not your mommy, I'm your daddy, or something like that. And I immediately regretted saying all of those words in that order forever. Did the Demzers command not work the first time? Oh, you got to keep in mind, Demzers, while Pi's command is going off in the corner here, it's basically locking out commands for 5 minutes. So it's queued up. It will play. But basically, Pi has a powerful command they could use like one to stream that blows me the hell up and also locks everyone else out of commands for 5 minutes. The Jennifer Coolidge dating a villager side plot was so damn random, but you loved it. I was concerned with the whole thing until the ending credits scene. And I'm not going to spoil it, and please don't spoil it, because I really think like that's one of the funniest things in the movie. Don't spoil it. But like, at the end, I'm like, oh, thank God. Okay, it wasn't SA. So rest assured, guys, you're fine. It wasn't an end credit scene. No. Oh, mid credit. You're right. It was the mid credits. They did have an end credit. They actually had like an end credit. They had a mid credit and an end credit. But yeah. That's it. I think that's pretty much all I could say, chat, without like actually spoiling stuff. Something smells off. But beyond that, I think we're ready to play actual Minecraft now. There it is. Thank you. The pan up at the same time as the explosion. Trying to think. I feel like it's been like 2 weeks since I streamed, chat, and I think it's just because job has been incredibly stressful, home has been incredibly stressful. I've just been doing a jump scare. I have just been doing a lot, and it just feels like the time I am Potato Fox. It just feels like the time in between streams has been like astronomical. Like this weekend we had the relaunch of Metacraft. So that happened. We did the Minecraft movie. I went on a mini road trip. Like, there's so many things that happened where it just feels like a entire week or longer of my life has passed. You're gonna head off and head home. No worries, Demsters. Get there safe. Let's see. Oob, I know you said what color, but what color did you want the beacon? I forgot. Bowser. And then I'm gonna list off people that had library book entries real quick. And if you want to put your book entry in now, just say something in chit chat. Let me see. You're a monster. Let's see. Monkey, Oob, Pie, Warlock, Montana, Knightley, and Child. And I think Akuma and Jagger. And that's as far back as I'm going for now. So if I listed off your name there at all and you want to put your book entry in. Blue? All right. Like blue or like cyan blue? Then please say something. Me? Okay, Pie. I think Pie and Oob. Let's see. Let's get in here real quick. Hello, mouse. There you are. Blue. Oob, hair blue. Okay, so like true blue. Let me get the bluest blue. The bluiest of all blues. Get up here, change beacon out. And then I will show everyone what we've done between streams because I did a little bit of grinding. That's pretty much what these two guys are here. Almost couldn't see that black stained glass in my inventory. All I really did was collect materials, and we fixed the Froglight farm that we found out was broken because Minecraft changed something. Your memory is the one you saw. What? My memory is my one. I saw something. Am I extra, like, guys, I know I'm sick, so if you say something, I literally might not understand you. There's no oxygen going to my brain right now. But is it just me, or is that, like, extra I can't understand? Am I having a stroke? Am I good, chat? I think I might be cooked. There we go. We will see if Tato's community gets to hear your voice as you pronounce your book. What? Let's go to... We'll do Pie first, just because it's easier. There's blue book. There's blue beacon. Haha, first try, every time. Ada, fere ver ham fera ale burn ever mert? I have no idea. Look, the ara. I understand the ara. I'm confused. That's my secret, Kira. I'm always confused. I understand the ara part because that's like, you know, that's like VTuber meme or whatever. But I genuinely don't get the rest of it. Is there actually something that's supposed to explain that? You don't have any characters there, so you have the one there. You pronounce it on this stream. How would you do that? What would your letter be? Is there a space there, or is there more letters? Pie, I think it would be better if you did a recording and submitted it on the Discord, so I could just listen to it over and over again, because I'm legitimately going to have to train myself to do this. You said E? Okay. Brain, no work, good. There we go. E. Thank you again, Pie, for all the support. Let's go grab Oob's book real quick, and then was there anyone else that wanted to redeem theirs? I did not see anyone. The Minecraft movie was fire. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I was expecting to just make fun of the movie the whole time. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. The entire beginning. You could do mine? Okay, Montana, I'll get you too. The entire beginning of the movie was like, yep, this is the cringe I expected. We're in for a ride. We might leave early. But as soon as that resolved, I'm like, okay, nope, actually, I'm having a good time. I legitimately am having a good time. The night was sultry. Xavier's question. All right, Oob. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then Montana, you've got 8 saved up. Delete this one so I don't forgore. And if Oob does not wish to put theirs in for now, I can assume that this is going to be an N and a space. But I don't know what he's doing after that. Add another, you're not feeling creative? Okay, there you go. Bamf. I'm going to find Montana's book right quick. Maybe a voice recording would actually be better. You can give a screenshot of the book so you can actually read it. Oh, okay, I could do that real quick. Let me do that, and then I'll grab Montana's book. Yeah, there you go. Screenshot. Boom, I'm blocking it. There you go. All right, that should be enough time. Let me go to Montana. N. Montana, I literally don't have the lung capacity to read the entire story. I'm sorry, mate. April 28th April, 1857. Like, I think you and Monkey, if you guys redeem your book entries today, I don't think I could read them. I will run out of oxygen. But let's see, I will put your entries in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exactly, Montana, you misunderstand how cooked I am at the moment. Tato dies on stream. Honestly, chat, I'm surprised I'm hanging in as well as I am right now. Because there were a lot, like, when I first went live, like, when I hit live today, I'm like, whew. Oh, this might be the world's shortest stream. Oh, man, I'm actually concerned. But I, like, blew my nose, and I'm like, okay, I could breathe a little bit now. E-search. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In a space. Okay, I was gonna say, like, you're missing a letter there, but I see the space now. E-S-E-A-R-C-H. Okay, without caps lock, please, Potato. E-S-E-A-R-C-H space. There you go. Perfect. Thank you again for the unyielding support, Montana. Bamf. All right, was there anyone else? Yeah, all caps, too. Yeah. Literally, I have no idea what's going on with my computer, but I was actually getting, like, I was getting tilted, chat. You could tell when I'm sick, because, like, I have no patience for anything. If I can't breathe,
bucket of doom souls
like, I'm done. I'm just so done. And, like, OBS breaking, my microphone being dumb, like, so many things breaking on me, and I was just like, I'm already tilted, and I haven't even hit go live. And then I hit go live, and normally OBS will be like, are you sure you want to go live? You're about to go live, blah, blah, blah. It just didn't. It just went live. So I'm kind of glad that I, like, had to, like, get ready into the last minute. Like, even freaking, I don't know if anyone caught this, but I technically tweeted earlier than I tweeted this tweet, because, like, Twitter decided to randomly send my unfinished tweet. Like, me hitting, like, enter or whatever to, like, insert another line, submitted my tweet. And I have no idea why. But real quick, let's go activate our mob switch, first and foremost. And I could show you guys the fix we applied between Strams to the Froglight farm. It was actually way easier than I thought it was going to be. Like, we were talking about redesigning the farm, or if it was easier building another one. I put powdered snow in it. If we spam Portal Hell and break Tato, we might end stream. I don't know. I think I fixed that. So real quick, there was a couple things that I didn't realize. I didn't realize.
Souls ready to be judged. Harrison, you tag me in videos like every fucking day.
See, it's working.
Harrison, you tag me in videos like.
Never mind, it's broken. I don't know why. It's literally, I changed nothing but the overlay it was on. I genuinely don't know why.
Ready to be judged. Harrison, you tag
all we did was put powdered snow down. That's the change. And I removed the chains. And we put a new guy in. And it's worked fine. He hasn't taken a lick of damage. The only other thing I did here was I added a storage system. And by that, I mean I spammed as many chests as I could attach so that we could have frog lights for days. And this was not long. Keep in mind that there's only like 9 frogs in there, and I got this in like an hour. Maybe, it might have been longer than that. I might have AFK'd while I was doing some other stuff like video editing and stuff for YouTube. Get a hint for your second command? Alright, let's see. I'm trying to think of a way to hint it without spoiling it. There should be something obvious added to the channel about the ritual, so long as you're looking in the right spot. I think that should be enough of a hint. And chat, by the way, let me explain what's happening here for anyone that's new and has no idea what's going on. When you get VIP in this channel, you get a custom command. Montana has gotten a second command, and they have used it to make something that's kind of turned into an ARG. So there's a way that you guys could do a ritual in chat at any point in time, so long as all the stars align, so to speak, as long as all the things are correct. And I'm not telling Montana how to use it, because if you guys successfully do the ritual, it might go on cooldown for like a week, but you guys are getting something, like actually getting something out of it, like book entries, gifted subs, like you guys are getting a reward. Pretty sure it was before broken. It's just black magic. It's literally black magic. So there's a ritual, and you guys will have to figure it out. Montana, if you want to share more about like your idea, like anything you know, Montana, you could share with everyone. There's nothing, as far as I'm concerned, that's like secretive that you know. So you're able to share whatever you like with the community to get help, etc., etc., etc. I'm just not telling you like the activation conditions and things like that. That's effectively it. I still have, oops, guys, that's the joke. I'm the fool. I could fix that, right? I could fix that. Right. Actually, no, wait. That's here, right? There we go. Guys, I fixed it. I'm so good. I'm so good at streaming. Guys, I'm a professional streamer. You know what, Montana? It's not like that would have been there for the next 6 months until I realized. Yeah, that's me. But yeah, we have a good chunk. We have like a full double chest and change of frog lights. I think we're good for now. And like I said, that's maybe an hour of AFKing. Like this farm just pumps out crap. Still there, but okay. I don't think it's going to actually remove itself until I unlive and relive, but at least it will be gone for next time. It's fine. You were examining everything. That's fair. And that's honestly a good place to look for stuff like that too. Like, what, did I put a tag? Is the tag a hint? Because tags are basically worthless on Twitch. There's like no use for them. They're there for Twitch to discriminate against you. That's pretty much it. Like, I hate to say it that way, but like if you put something in a tag, very rarely will it ever help you, but it can hurt you. You can use tags. I'm not saying, obviously I use tags, but the only tags that I think actually help people find your channel are like English or Spanish, like, you know, a language tag, because people might be searching for other people that speak their language or are friendly towards their language or etc. If you put stuff like perfect example, I think we used to have LGBTQ and stuff like that, but now Twitch started filtering out people that use like politics or LGBTQ or things like that, so that you're basically getting like shadow banned. There's a button up top of what? I'm so confused. I know that was directed towards Pi, but yeah, so tags could hurt you if you're a Twitch streamer, because they could sit there and basically be like, I'm not going to show your content to insert person here because it has X tag and I don't know, agree with that? Question marks, whatever. I know right now the two tags that they're scrutinizing heaviest are like LGBT related ones, which I think is dumb, but whatever. That's the thing that they've chosen to do. It's their company. I can't change them. And politics. And I understand politics, because honestly, no one should, unless you're specifically looking for a politics channel, no one should get politics jump scared. Wait, hold on. You're going to remove some politics from your stream so people see your shit. But like beyond that, like, I don't know, unless it's literally like mature rating stuff like sex, which already you can't have on Twitch, like there should be no tags that like blacklist you from people. They should simply be there to be a thing that helps people find you if they're looking for that thing. So why am I lagging? So last stream we did this. I did grind some materials between stream and just nitpicked a few things. But like, oh yeah, I wanted to land. I'm really happy with how this big spike came out, and this is definitely going to be the hardest spike we build. But the next part we have to do with this is actually encase it with the glass, which that's the easy part. Maybe reporting the stream triggers it? Triggers what? Specifically. But the next thing I want to do here, before we do anything else, is put down the materials that we collector rated. So we got a bunch more purple concrete, more glazed purple terracotta, and a bunch more glass, which this is the glass we got last stream. I just dyed it. Command? No. That would be very rude of me to do to myself. I need to blow my nose. 1 sec, chat. 1 sec.
Another bucket of doom souls.
I figure if I could keep up with like keeping my nose blowed and hydrated and stuff like that, I can make it longer.
Portal to hell.
But I don't know. I think what I want to do this stream is focus on getting the animals in place. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Because, like, I think the glass would be better to do on, like, a Tater Day stream. Because, like, TLDR, here, let me just go grab a bunch of glass. I'll show you pretty much what we'd be doing with it. Filling in all these gaps here. Like this. And don't get me wrong. Athena, thank you so much for the follow, mate. Welcome to Team Tater. Whoop, whoop. Like, don't get me wrong. This is something that I don't mind doing as a grind. But, like, right now, my brain is so fried. I'm just so I can't handle this right now, chat. Not to mention, I think I will literally just like I will just zone out while doing this. My brain cannot handle the activity of doing. I know I'm doing it right now. Handle this in a conversation at the same time. I just don't think I have like the mental capacity to do that today. So I'm gonna save this, I think, for when I'm feeling a little bit better. Either Thursday. Did I have something we were doing this Thursday stream? I feel like we're doing something special. Stumbled upon me while scrolling. Yo, let's go. Well, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good time. I apologize if I don't have my normal energy today because I'm a little bit absolutely sick. I have like a sinus infection. At least I hope it's just a sinus infection because I don't have a fever or anything like that. Like I don't feel feverish. I just can't breathe good at my nose. So my voice probably sounds a bit like off. But hopefully it's not so bad, like it just sounds a little bit nasally, and that's not so bad that it's like disgusting, off-putting, no one can listen to stream, it's horrible, etc. You feel you getting over food poisoning, that's no good. I had a little mix, I don't think it was food poisoning per se, but like, alright, TLDR chat, I'm on a budget. And yesterday I took advantage of Sonic having like buy one, get one free, like hot dogs. I regretted it. I regretted it. I had an upset stomach that kept me up last night, and due to that, I didn't get good sleep, which certainly did not help. Immediate regret, yeah, which certainly did not help me not feeling good because illness. I will say, I did not regret the flavor. I do enjoy. Sonic has trash hot dogs, but that's kind of like how Taco Bell is not good Mexican food. Sonic is not good anything. It's just, their tater tots are good. That's pretty much it. Like okay, look. Sonic has goated sides. Everything else they sell is trash. But yes, the concept here is exactly like we did over there. All we have to do is put like a shell of the glass around it. And then I thought that was a creeper. I know it's gray, but for whatever reason it gained color in my head. But yeah, so I think what I want to do is I want to put the animals in here first, and then we'll put the glass sheathing on, like, later. It's just like how pot noodles are flavored wood shavings. Pot noodles? Like cup ramen? Like that sort of thing? Because you'd be wrong. It's wood shavings with a ridiculous amount of sodium. Sodium makes it good. You remove politics. You are now visible. Good to know, Pi. Maybe that's why we couldn't find you earlier. You don't know what pot noodle is? What is pot noodle? Wait, actually. I'm concerned, so I'm going to type it in not on stream. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know this brand, but it's what I thought it was. It's just it's like cup noodles. Like it's ramen, right? Or is it specifically ramen? I've never seen this specific brand before. Is this like a UK thing? Yes, it is. That's why. I'm American. Yeah, no, pot noodles, a brand of instant noodle snack foods from the UK. So that's immediate. Yeah, it's wood shavings. I can believe that. That's like the Kraft shaky cheese. Like this stuff, chat. If you're a child, this has been your pasta night with your parents, probably for your entire childhood. This is like freaking 50% wood shavings. Not literally. But frame of reference, if you live in the United States, the FDA has like forced Kraft to have at least 20% or less wood pulp in their Parmesan, which implies at some point in time they had more than 20% wood pulp in their Parmesan. So let that set in. Honestly, I was spoiled at a younger age. I got the chance to try like real Parmigiano Reggiano, like the actual cheese. And after trying the real thing compared to that is just salt. That is just dry flavor. That is just that, like, I would sooner put nothing on my food than that Kraft shaky cheese right now. Like, I'm at that point. Like, it's so bad. Chat, I'm telling you right now, I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're a 5-year-old. If you can consume cheese, oh my God, please do yourself the favor. Go to your local, wherever you can get it. Get a little tiny piece of Parmigiano Reggiano, like actual Parmesan, and grate it onto whatever food you're having. It will make a world of difference. You will never be able to go back. Never. But yeah, I need to stop doing this. But I do want to keep some of this glass on me because I want to decide where we're putting our boys. So last Shrim, we captured a couple of new doggos. And I want to put a couple others in this crystal too. We got these guys over here. We got they don't want to look at me because they know. Puppy the Great and Waffle the Third. We have 2 puppers that are going to get trapped in this crystal, along with the one that was presumed to be like on the highway when the crystal shot up out of the ground. So we have like up there, the pupper in the car. There he is. You can barely see him, but he's up there. You can see him blinking, sort of. What am I looking at? I'm so confused. Oh, it's his nose. That's what's happening. It's his nose. But here he is. He's up there. And I want to think that these guys were like on the ground level, like walking around under the overpass when the crystal shot up and captured them. So like somewhere over like here-ish, maybe? Maybe put them like right in here? Right here. That'll be one of them. And then the other one, maybe like up there. Let's do like right here. And all I'm basically doing is making a little spot that I could push them in, and then we could push the glass down on top of them to trap them. The subscribe banner link under the channel is dead. What? Not on your banana bread, no! Honestly, MSG is one of those things where it got, like, I don't know if this is, in fact, Montana, you can probably help me with this specific topic. I don't know if in the rest of the world it got, like, demonized, but in America, MSG has been demonized despite, like, all right, look, I'm not going to say there's nothing wrong with it. Everything in gross quantities. Like, literally, too much chocolate will kill you. Too much water will kill you. Like, anything anything not in moderation is bad for you. But someone basically was like, ooh, spoopy, MSG is scary. And it got removed from, like, literally everything in existence. And I'm sad, because MSG is delicious. It's literally just fancy salt. Like, I don't know how to describe it beyond that. It's just crack salt. And don't get me wrong, some places were certainly abusing it. Some places were certainly just being like, I'll just not put flavor in my food and just fill it with MSG. And yes, consuming too much of it is bad for you. MSG is now popular again. MSG was always popular. It's basically crack, but salt. It's just salt. It's salt. It's better. It's fancy salt. I don't know how to describe it beyond that. Monosodium glutamate. It's like literally what the MSG stands for. It's just fancy salt. The reason why it was so like, ooh, taboo is because some people got scary that it had like adverse medical reactions or like, you know, it's basically does bad stuff to your body if you consume like thousands of milligrams of it constantly. It's umami, not salted. That's fair, but umami is a weird flavor. It just makes stuff good. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. It does, but like it also, you have to like know what you're adding it to. You can't just like take ice cream and add MSG to it. Could you take ice cream and just add MSG to... Chat, I don't know things anymore. Yeah, it is. But it's not like... It's like I said, it's like chocolate. Like, chocolate is addictive in that same breath. So it's one of those things where it's like, it's up to the people to make sure that they're not eating it in excessive quantities. And effectively, corporations couldn't be trusted to not try to literally drug people, so they banned it. That's it. Umami is a naturally addictive flavor. That's why it's quite rare in nature. Why did I do that? Just brain said place glass down. Honestly, I don't know. Like, people have asked me the question before, like, what is umami? And I don't really know how to describe it beyond, like, savory. Like, fish is umami. Steak can be umami. It's not that it is. It's not that that's its only flavor quality, but, like, it's like a meaty kind of savoriness. Like, it's weird. Yeah, it's just the meaty flavor. Like, I don't know how to describe it beyond that. Mushrooms kind of taste quote unquote meaty. That's why like a lot of vegetarians or vegans or stuff like that will eat mushrooms to like replace, because it's like they get the sensation of that meaty flavor without actually eating meat. Now the thing we need to do is break these guys out of these boats. They're not collared. That's intentional. So we have to make sure they don't run away from us. I think I still have leashes over here. I need to blow my nose again, chat. I don't know if you can hear when it builds up, but it's building up in a very 1 second. There we go, I'm back. It was also the stereotype of Chinese food making you hungry a few hours later, which is why before it was banned, restaurants would say no MSG because it's like an honorable business thing. Yeah, I hate that though. Like, I hate, and it's not just businesses, it's everything. Everything uses like, what's the name for it? Like MSG free, non-GMO, like not trigger words, but like labels. I hate companies that are just like, we'll just slap 100 labels on it. That's the reason why you buy ours. And look at all the labels. It's all natural. It's healthy. It's non-GMO. It's MSG free. It's LGBTQ friendly. Like, they just slap crap on it, and you're like, why? Fine tomato in food, false advertising. Like, that's the thing. First of all, I hate the GMO thing so much. Anyone that's like, I only buy non-GMO food doesn't know what they're talking about. And anyone, it's the same thing like anti-vaxxers. It's a plague. I hate it, and I don't want to get into it because, like I said, that's getting way too close to like politics, and that's just not the vibe. That A, I don't have the energy to argue that right now. But B, I don't have that discussion. If you don't have enough brain cells to understand the difference between causation and correlation, I can't help you right now. I'm fine with having this conversation. In fact, actually, this is the last thing I want to bring up about it, and then I'm done. I forgot to grab the freaking leashes. I don't know how many people would know about this YouTuber, but they're a doctor. And honestly, I've watched them. There they are. I've watched them for a while. Dr. Mike on YouTube. They do very entertaining content that is also very informative. They're kind of like the bridge between being a medical professional and being a content creator, because they still actively practice medicine. Like, you know, like I think they're like a pediatric, like family doctor or something like that. You know, he's huge. But he recently did like some collaboration with some other, I don't know, it almost sounded like a content farm sort of thing. Think of like The Button as the dating show. Where it's just like, this is just here to be slop content, and we grab random people sometimes that are famous actor or whatever to put on this thing to be like, ooh, watch because famous person here. Stupid stuff like that. I think Dr. Mike was recently on some like anti-vax, like clout, whatever. I don't know what it is, but something where the TLDR of what this content was he's surrounded by anti-vaxxers, and it's supposed to be like a debate where you buzz a buzzer, you go sit down, you state your point, he states his point. Hopefully some people can kind of change their mind, and then basically people vote you off the island so someone else can have their turn debating Dr. Mike. That was the TLDR of the video. I could not get through the whole thing. It was painful. It was so painful. Surrounded. Yes, that's it. Pi, that was it. Surrounded. That was the name of it. One-sided debate because he can't speak. Yeah, well, like, here's the thing that's dumb about it. You're surrounded, literally, I guess that's the name of the debate style or whatever. You're surrounded by like 18, 20, whatever, amount of people. A topic is brought up, like, you know, vaccines cause autism, quote unquote, would be the topic, let's say. Someone buzzes in to get to sit down and just vomit garbage without any sort of fact checking or anything on their part. I will say, like, on the side of the screen, like, the show fact checks them to be like, this person doesn't know what they're talking about. Like, the whole time, everything they said was getting fact checked out of oblivion. But in the moment, in this instance, Dr. Mike couldn't say anything. Like, he's just like, I'm listening. And then once the person finally said all the things, they got to speak. But the second he got to speak, everyone just votes the person off in the middle, and then the topic is skipped and they go to the next one. And there was literally this woman that was like, I think one of the first people that got up, that was like, anything you say, I don't care, I'm not going to change my mind. And it's like, what's the point of having this conversation then? She's like, well, I just wanted to basically hear you. I wanted you to have to listen to me, and I wanted you to know that you were wrong. And she had the audacity to say words like, because you were trained with like, you know, medical schools and stuff like that, and I do my actual research online. And my first words out of my mouth were like, what, Facebook? I love how her defense was like, you and your degrees with all of your medical knowledge that you got from doctors and scientists versus me, a stay-at-home mom that knows how to use Google. It was so stupid. Like I said, chat, I could not, it was like a 20-minute long video. I could not get through it. I actually couldn't. Like, it was actively making me stupider. Their idiots are stubborn, how they're kept ignorant. Well, that's the thing. Like, I never blame people for being ignorant, because we're all ignorant, chat. Whether you want to believe it or I'm ignorant, right? Like, and I ask. That's the difference. The difference between ignorance being an insulting word versus willful ignorance. That's the difference. Like, for example, there's been plenty of time where someone will come in here and say, like, an LGBTQ term that, like, even though I'm technically, like, on that spectrum, so, like, I'm ace, you know what I mean? I still don't know the things. Like, someone came in here and actually, like, had to explain aroace to me, and I'm like, wow, actually, that is probably me to a nutshell. Like, I'm not sitting here being like, I don't know how this stuff works, and I don't want to hear it, it's not real. I'm like, no, please teach me, I want to know. And if I say something incorrect, I want to be corrected. That's the difference between I'm ignorant because I just don't know any better versus someone that's like, la, I'm not listening. Nope. I'm not. Nope. That collides with my worldview. Therefore, it is false. That's the difference. And I pity. I definitely want to say that's one of the words. I think the one thing in this world that pisses me off the most, beyond entitlement, is willful ignorance. It's like someone that's literally going to do like the cover their ears, la, I'm not listening. As you literally, it's like, okay, so 2 + 2 is 4. 4 + 4 is 8. So 8 + 8 is 16. Nope. Okay. Why? Well, because I said 1 + 1 is 18. But you just said 2 + 2 is 4. Yaha. So 1 + 1 is 2. Yaha. What? Like, it doesn't matter how much logic you throw. It doesn't matter how much facts you throw at them. They will just go, la, I'm not listening. That is just infuriating. I hate it so much, which is why I don't talk politics. Like boomers, I'm not actually a boomer, but like, I joke that I'm a boomer because I'm older and I'm not young and with it, so to speak. But like at the same time, I want to learn. I don't want to be ignorant. I'm ignorant because I don't know any better, not because I choose to be. Use that self-check. No, I will say a lot of people's thing with that isn't the fact that they don't know how to or don't. It's the principle of the matter. And I will say this time and time. I can't tell you how many people I've seen that literally say these words. They're not paying me to check myself out. And, you know, I kind of don't disagree with that to some sentiment. Like, hear me out, right? Like, you go to Walmart. And they constantly keep making everything in the store more expensive. And they keep taking away checkout lines so that you're forced to wait longer and longer and longer on one line because they don't want to pay multiple employees to do a thing, right? But then they add this thing, self-checkout, which is supposed to make it easier for you, right? They need less people, you get checked out faster, etc., because you're doing more work. So you would assume the company is saving some money by not hiring new employees. So prices shouldn't go up, but then the prices go up and you're like, why am I doing more work but getting less from? That's the mentality. Again, that's not really how it works. Like, I get it, but like, that's the mentality a lot of people have. And at least I understand where they're coming from with that mentality. In the end of the day, it's their complete choice to choose to be like, nope, I'm going to make human being do this because I say so. End of story. But that's it. Boomers are literally lower IQ than our journeys because they lead pipes and lead gasoline. You joke about that, chat, but like that shit's still real. Like that's all. None of those things that you just listed are gone. I promise you, wherever you live in the world, you probably still have lead in your pipes. I don't know anything that you're saying, Confidence. I'm sorry. English only, please. You get the it steals jobs one a lot. It's like making jobs easier. Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Like I said in that exact example, they were already only keeping one person on the register. So it's not that it stole jobs. It's that the companies weren't willing to seat those people in the first place. So really, it was just an opportunity for us to not suffer for them being lazy. Or not even lazy. Greedy. That's the word. Greedy. Yeah. I read most of it. Come on, doggo. We need to get you up here. Which means I probably need to do some of this. Where are you going? Please get up here. I'm gonna get the doggo up here. Nothing bad will happen to the doggo. Come on, doggo. I fell in the hole. Come on in. Into the hole. There you go. I do need to push that down. I should be able to do that, actually. That should be easy enough. I just need to get my piston. We're fine, we're fine. But yeah, brain, no work good. I sorry. I apologize. I'm like trying so hard to stay focused right now, chat. You have no idea. Piston, button. Let's go encase doggo. And then we get the other doggo in. And I'm thinking, should we have a vote to decide who else gets crystallized in this crystal? Because we're going to have a couple other crystals on this strip. None of them are going to be, this is going to be the biggest one, for sure. This is going to be the biggest crystal. Let's see. I need to put the piston here. And then the button can go like this. I can break this temporarily. Put another glass in. I don't think I need to do any more. Because that pushed it down to where he was. Right? I can't see if there's a hole there. No, it's solid. Okay, we're good. How did you invert it? That's hilarious looking. Lead pipes are just too efficient. So here's the thing about lead pipes, because there is a little bit of a misnomer. Don't get me wrong, we have way better materials now. No new construction at all should be being made out of lead pipes. The problem with the lead pipes thing, it's the emote modifier. I just didn't realize it was literally, there was like a flippable. I know there's like a squashy one and like stuff like that. I just didn't realize it was like flipped. I don't know why it looks so derpy flipped. The thing about lead pipes specifically in infrastructure is that the majority of the time they are perfectly safe. I know you're like, what? That makes no sense, potato, but lead pipes. It's because they build up like an oxide layer. So the water never actually touches the lead. So like lead never leaches into the water supply. That's only the case if there's A, constantly water going through, so there's no corrosion or anything like that, and B, if there's no damage to the pipe itself. Exactly. Yeah. The hard salts, exactly. However, the problem with that is like, let's say there's an earthquake, or let's say there's a sinkhole, or let's say anything happens that damages the pipes, or you have to turn the pipes off for a minute, and there's like no like water going through, like there's no salts or so, like there's nothing to keep the chemicals from protecting the lead layer from like leaching through. Then you get lead. I read 5 words. Exactly, I read 5 words. There's nothing for stopping the lead from getting into the water at that point and then you drinking it, besides, you know, filtering your water, which I'm always going to recommend, chat, you filter your water. However, that is unfortunately not a good enough solution because most people can't afford to filter their water coming into their house. So you're like, yeah, you pour it into a filter, like once you pour it from your sink, you don't just drink it straight from the tap. However, that doesn't account for when you're brushing your teeth and it's coming from the tap, or when you're taking a shower and it's coming from the tap, etc., etc. So like, I still think that countries, states, cities, however you want to break it down, need to invest the time and money to dig up the old pipes or just replace them entirely. But that costs money and they don't want to spend money because they don't like it. Brita filter is a scam. I will say this right now. Do not get Brita. Brita, literally, if you read the actual Brita filter, it says this does not filter water. This is literally just a flavor enhancer. Lead is like one of the largest molecules that a filter can like filter out, and Brita does not even filter lead. Like, I'm actually being serious. Like, here, one second. Let me make sure I'm not misspeaking here. Lead pipes for 300 years is why they're used in the first place. Yeah. Brita filter lead. Amount. Show me a chart. 99. Okay, no, maybe they actually do. Oh, that's the elite. I'm sorry. The Brita elite. What about not elite? I don't care about the elite. Maybe it does. Maybe I did misspeak. Maybe it does do lead. But honestly, like, that's the only thing. Brita filters are a scam. Like, it says it on the package. Like, let me see if I can find the Brita package. Brita package. I'm trying to see. Here, right here. Fits all Brita. Reduces chlorine taste and odor and more with an asterisk. Let's see what the asterisk is. C certification. Substances may not be present in all users' water. What? Where are the certifications? Show me. Last 2 months. No black specks in water. That's a lie. No pre-soak required. Yeah, they just go bad if they unsoak. I forget where. But, like, I think it was, like, because I use a Brita filter, like, my entire childhood. And I was like a strong advocate of, like, yeah, obviously, the water tastes better. Use the Brita filter. But when I grew up and I, like, actually read stuff, I was like, oh, this doesn't pretty much do anything besides change the flavor of the water. Iron, rust, ceramic cracks, can't transport large quantities. Rock has lead in it. Gold, are you sure? Are you serious? Huh? Lead pipes last 300 years is why they're used. No, there's the difference between having, like, for perfect example, there's mercury in fish. We all consume fish and we're not dead. You know what I mean? Like, there's trace amounts of a lot of things and a lot of things. It's all about quantities. The problem with lead pipes, the problem with the lead pipes that, like, burst is that the amount that leaches out is toxic levels. That's the only problem. Like, perfect example, I forget what city this was. I think it was a city in the United States. But they had a water system, you know, like everyone has. This is not special. And it used lead pipes, which, again, not an outlier. That's pretty standard. But they decided they wanted to upgrade. So they turned off all of the old pipes and switched to this new system they built. And there was something wrong with the system where, I don't know, it was like making the water taste bad or dirty or whatever. I don't know what the actual problem was, but they were using this new system for months before everyone basically complained that this new system was bad and broken and ruining people's water supply. So they're like, fine, we'll just go back to the old system until we could figure out this problem and fix it. So they just turned off the new system and switched back to the old pipes. The problem was that those old pipes had basically dried out, like, because no water was flowing through them because they weren't getting used. So that oxide layer that was protecting the lead broke down and the lead was corroding. And once it started corroding, like, it couldn't rebuild that layer. So poisonous amounts of lead started leaching into the water and was now being distributed to people that lived in this area. It changes the flavor because it's removing those particles. The certification it mentions sounds more like the water supply and how they were filtering the water and treatment. The reason that I brought this up was because I remembered, like, during, like, a boil advisory and stuff like that, where it's like, oh, well, if you have a water filter, in theory, shouldn't you be safe? Because, like, if you're filtering out, like, all the toxins and poisons and crap that's in the water, then shouldn't you not have to boil the water? That's a fallacy, so that was already a flawed logic. But I remember reading and it's like, don't use this to do anything. This is supposed to change the water flavor. That's basically the point of our filter. Like, that was, like, what was written on the box. Which is why I ended up switching to, because I used to use the Brita filter, which is why I ended up switching to the Zero Water, not sponsored, because it actually filters out, like, 99%. Like, you could pour a bottle of wine through this thing and the water comes out clear. You know what I mean? You pour a bottle of wine through a Brita, it comes out wine. But like I said, lead is like a very large molecule. It's like a very easy thing to catch, just in general. So, if a filter can't catch lead, like, the filter has no purpose, in my opinion. Flint, Michigan. Yeah. I thought it was like Cincinnati or something like that. Michigan sounds familiar. But yeah, so, like, that's like that's a worst case scenario. Like, obviously, that's a worst case scenario. But, like, that's the kind of thing that could happen. And it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, but we've grown enough as a society to know that, like what we need to do to maintain the lead pipes. Tests we need to do to make sure that maintenance is working, and then what we need to do to replace it. You know what I mean? Like, and perfect example, where I live, I get, like, a letter once a month from my city being like, there might be a dangerous amount of lead in your water. We've technically warned you, therefore we're not liable if you get brain cancer. Here's all the things that you could get from lead poisoning. And I'm just fed up with getting those notifications. Like, I'm so sick and tired of it. Because there's no way you can avoid it. Like, all right, let's say you, personally, at your house, in your city that you live in, you do everything possible. You have a water filter that literally catches, like intercepts the water as it enters your house and filters it. However, that doesn't mean when you go out to eat somewhere that they're doing the same thing. You're probably getting tap water added to you. You know what I mean? Like, you're good if your water is like lead contaminated, there's not much you can do beyond like literally like acting like it's like doomsday and just drinking only your own potable water and like all that crap. It's a pain in the ass and I hate it. Content sharing. Let me check Discord real quick. Boop. Does a water filter such as Brita do anything to make water safer to drink? Go away. I can understand it would filter out large particles, but does it filter out the human eye can't see? That could be potentially harmful. It's a variety of good. A frame of reference, too. These are just people. Unless someone, like, cites me shit, it doesn't necessarily just give me facts. There's a variety of good and not so good feedback. In general, the consensus is Brita's filters do remove some things, but not all the things. Brita filters tend to be filters based on the use of activated charcoal or activated carbon. Honestly, same thing. While I don't know specifically what type of AC, I don't know what AC is. Activated carbon. So big principles. Actual filtration. I'm not going to lie, a lot of words for me to read. Carbol. Yeah, activated carbol. So, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but activated charcoal basically works like, think of it like a magnet. Think of it like a magnet. It attracts certain things to it and then basically wraps that thing up and makes it its own like neutralized molecule. And then once it's consumed at that point, then it's done. That's basically how activated charcoal works. Environmental engineer, water treatment, aquatic chemistry. Literally that guy's tags. I would believe the things that guy said. I'm always a skeptic about everything I read. And sometimes that's a detriment, because, like, for example, I'll take this into consideration, but, like, I won't just count it as the Bible. Like, I won't just say it's fact now. Because, you know, there's always a chance that this guy could be lying. There's always a chance that this guy could get stuff wrong. But, like, if you hear multiple people, multiple accredited people, and it's always the same things, you're more likely to believe that that is generally, like, the consensus, that is actual fact. Or at least rooted in fact somewhere. We went from lead to uranium and microplastics. I know, right? We're cooked, chat. That's it. That's all that's happening. Someone says Brita is good for irons, but not organics. Not necessarily true. Some organics, sure. Activated charcoal. I would honestly think that activated charcoal would be, I don't know. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't really know specific, like, perfect example, and I don't know if these are necessarily going to be the exact, like, a one-to-one relation, but, like, activated charcoal is, like, non-toxic. Like, you could eat activated charcoal. And, like, in cases, like, let's say you get, like, poisoned, and you go to the hospital, chances are they're going to give you activated charcoal so that you could, like, basically absorb some of the toxins out of your body. And those toxins are going to be they could be several different things. Like, they could be like not parasites. I don't think it's specifically organics, like physically parasites. More so like toxins, like pesticide or something like that. Like something that would give you a poisoning. But I can't lie to you right now. This is too much. This is too much for me to read. It is too much to read. The TLDR I got from it is yes, it do, and yes, it don't, which is pretty much the sentiment I had already. Was that it doesn't do as much as you think it does. There are way better water filters out there. That's my TLDR. The best system I think you can currently have that is like, I don't want to say commercially available, like the opposite of commercial, like residentially available is probably like a reverse osmosis filter, like a several step system. If you want something cheap and quick, the best one that I have found has been the Zero Water because it does the most for the least. It's still not perfect. If you were under a boil advisory, organics and stuff like that, like brain-eating bacteria or whatever, would still most certainly get through. Because in the end, all of these filters only work off so many physical mechanical layers. When you go to like the grocery stores and you have like that giant like filtration machine, one of the steps... Oh my god, the music is too loud for me to write now. One of the steps of the filtration is like UV like sterilization. That helps kill like microbes. But even then, like, if you could boil the water and then filter it, you're way better off doing that. Went from lead to... I forgot that already. But yeah. I need to blow my nose again. There we go. All right. Pupper secured. We need to get the other pupper in, and then we need to get other pupper, and I'm not going to lie, chat, I feel like I'm kind of fading here. Radiation. Yeah. Radiation 2 works. It's one of those things where it's like, as long as you're destroying the bad things, you win. Like, it doesn't matter how. Heat is an easy way to do it. You just boil everything, and once you hit a certain temperature, everything that is alive that could be bad is dead. Then all you have to do is filter the not living things, you know, like the microplastics and stuff like that, which we're surprisingly good with like, you know, like just normal water filters and stuff. Irradiated things, safe. Radioactive things, dead. But yeah, it's one of those things where was I going with this? Chat, I'm cooked. That's it. I'm done. Hello, there we go. Come on, Waffle. Come this way. Waffle the Third. I need to get Waffle the Third up into his hole. It's one of those things where I literally, that chat, it's it. My brain's gone. Wow. I'm that cooked. I spent too much time yapping and I ran out of oxygen. My brain needs to recharge. One moment. Right there was where I wanted to put this boyo. And see if I could parkour his ass up there. Waffle, can you get up here? Thank you. Up there. Wait, what? What did I do? UPPU says otherwise? What's UPU? Come on over this way. Don't fall in the hole, me. Okay, there we go. That worked. Chat, this is why I feel gross. I wanted to stream. I guess it was selfish of me to want to stream while this ill. Because I can't imagine that I'm being incredibly engaging right now. You know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine that this is everyone's favorite content of all time right now. But also, I have an addiction, chat. I can't help it. I yearn for the streams. There we go. Boyo's encased. Leash snap. There we go. I want to put a couple other aminals in here. I'm trying to think what other aminals would fit. Right, because you got your knowledge from Game Theory /S. Yeah, I know, right? Ah, yes, I've gotten my knowledge from Facebook, therefore I'm more correct than doctors. plutonium, it's people who have microdosed plutonium by accident will have traces in their urine for decades. That's crazy. But yeah, it's scary. And it's crazy to me that, like, I don't know how many people remember this, but wasn't there a point in time, and I think there still technically might be, because you can't regulate this when you have an open market like Amazon, but weren't people on Amazon, like, selling radioactive friggin', like, health, quote-unquote, like, alternative health things for a while? And, like, believe in that stuff or not, I'm not knocking those, I mean, I am, but I'm not here to debate that. Plutonium is radioactive, not irradiated. I mean, that's fair, but isn't something that's radioactive also irradiated, or does it only irradiate things? Because I'm actually, like, at this point, it's semantics, because I think we all understand the topic here. Let's see. We could try to put a fox. Do we try to put a fox in the crystal? Talking Foxy, talking potato. Welcome on in, sandwich. Let's see. We have a fox. A fox would work. These pigs are not meant to be here. Trying to think of who else. The cats aren't going to be over there. The cats are going to be on this half. Hello, how's it going? Who else can we stuff in there? I'm definitely thinking one of the two foxes. Somebody say my name? Do we stuff fungi in there or Luna? Because you actually didn't want to get some uranium ore just as a curiosity. There are people that have gotten, like, I'm trying to remember what it is. Way back in the day, like when we first discovered, like, this glow-in-the-dark paint, we found out later that it's just, like, a highly radioactive, like, radon or something. I don't know what it actually is. But there are people that own, like, potentially to this day, like, old grandfather clocks, or just old clocks that, like, you know, like the like cuckoo clocks. That have this paint on it, and the thin sheet of paint might not be, like, enough to hurt you or kill you, like you're rubbing your face against it constantly. However, back in the day, since, like, when you got stuff like that, there wasn't, like, a warranty. There wasn't a way that you could, like, bring it back to the shop to have it repaired, so to speak. So most people, when they created stuff like that, would give you, like, a little extra supplies to do maintenance. And since that paint was like famous for like flaking and wearing off, which is terrifying to think about, a lot of those clock people like would give a little tiny jar of the raw paint so that you could basically reapply a layer of paint, and they hid it like inside the clock. So a lot of people didn't realize for the longest time that they had clocks that had a ridiculous amount of radiation coming off of them because they had like a little tiny vial of that super irradiated paint or super radioactive paint. Radiation versus irradiation is pitcher versus catcher potato. Yeah, I figured. Like I said, radiation irradiates things. Eating radium paint chips instead of the lead paint chips. I honestly don't know which one. No, the radiation's worse. Radiation poisoning is terrifying, chat. Like, it's scary. It's like nightmare fuel to think about. You still have that type of paint in your garage? Get rid of it. It's bad for you, babe. It's very safe in general with some uranium glassware. It doesn't really emit much. Like, that's the thing, is it's all about emission, right? Because, like, you could have radioactive materials, and as long as it's not, like, shedding particles. Like, because think about it this way. Google radium girls? That sounds terrifying. I'm going to Google it to make sure Oob just didn't send our viewers on our wild, dangerous chase. Radium girls. That's not how you spell girls. Young woman who painted watch dials. Oof. Yeah, okay, I understand the context of this now. Yeah. That's some nightmare fuel. Your son drank a little bit of it. That's terrifying to think about. Think of radiation, chat, as a gun. Think of it as like let's say you had a chunk of insert radioactive material here. Think of it like having a gun that just randomly shoots a bullet in a random direction. I don't know if it's actually random. It might be like, predictable or whatever, but let's just assume random. The more powerful or more radioactive something is, the more bullets that it shoots off in random directions. And then there's also, like, depending upon what type of radiation it is, would depend on, like, the caliber of the bullet. Like, is it shooting a BB or is it shooting a 50 cal? And think of you being randomly pelted with these bullets. You might get shot in an area that you don't care, like it just grazes you. Or it might shoot you in your eyeball, you know what I mean? Like, it might hit a critical spot. That's basically what radiation is, and it's terrifying to think about it that way. The Radium Girls is one of the worst cases of profits over safety. Yeah, but also at the time, didn't they not know? Like it's one thing if they're like, we know we're killing these girls, but we need money. Versus like, we didn't know any better and we accidentally killed all these people. You know what I mean? Like, horrible. They did know. That's disgusting. That has the same energy. I don't know anyone here in chat that's going to get this. I don't know if anyone in chat's going to get this reference. But Seinfeld, there's one of the characters that, like, the joke of the character was that they were going to be, like, sad and lonely forever. And one of the episodes, they actually got, like, a woman that loved them. And then they were going to get married, but they cheaped out. And they bought, like, the cheapest envelopes for their wedding invitations instead of getting, like, ones that, like, self-seal or whatever. And the joke was that, like, because they were so old and cheap, they had, like, poison in the glue. And he made his wife-to-be lick all the envelopes for, like, the 1,000 invites. So he came home one day and she was just dead. He finally got a woman that loved him. He was going to live happily ever after, and he killed her by cheaping out. This woman, not really, but, like, in the show, died for this bit. From licking envelopes. That will live rent-free in my head for the rest of time. You heard that story before? I don't know if it was based off a true story. But, like, I am Steve. I feel like I need to always have the Vine Boon ready whenever I do that. Radiation wasn't exactly understood. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, keep in mind, a lot of people's early predictions of how stuff worked was, like, so close to being something, but so completely off. Like, perfect example. People thought meat transmuted itself into flies. They didn't realize that flies were laying eggs that were turning into, like, they just thought meat, when it got old, turned into maggots. You know what I mean? Flint and steel. It was based off a true... Oh, really? I could believe that, actually. I could believe that. Yeah. I feel like that's something that they totally would have done. Pre-gravity wrote theories were... Well, yeah, and there's also a lot of stuff that people got right without having, like, any business understanding those things. Chicken jockey! Mary Curie studied radiation her whole life, not knowing it was toxic, just to die to it. That's so... You got to think about all the times where people made sacrifices not knowing what they were making. But, like, because of their sacrifice today, so many people did not die. Her coffin is lead-lined. That's insane. Also, Dave, thank you so much for the follow, mate. Welcome to Team Tater. Whoop, whoop. Let's see. I'm trying to focus so hard right now, chat. It is hard. She is that radioactive. That's all right. I don't know if that's really the case, but like, I don't know if that's irony or extra, like way too much precaution, but like, that's kind of funny. Not that she died, not the horrible way she probably died, but like something like the demon core. No, like actually she's that radioactive. Yeah, but like, what's the half-life on being irradiated? You know what I mean? Like, you getting affected by radiation gives you horrible side effects. No, I guess it's the same thing, right? Because it's just one step down on like the tier or whatever, like the elemental, like your half-life is almost the same as the thing that irradiated you. Yeah, that's terrifying to think about. It's basically like, in fact, I don't care if I'm spoiling this. This is an anime that's been out for like literally decades. That was like one of the gimmicks for like Hunter x Hunter. Like big bad guy got killed by radiation because it was like the person got irradiated so much that they irradiated everyone they were around, which then irradiated everyone else. So it was basically like a proximity poison that just killed everything. So sad, not gonna lie. Yeah, no, if you, I'm genuine, I'm being serious right now, like all jokes aside, do not look into like radiation poisoning and stuff like that if you are like faint of heart. Like that is the sort of thing that like gives people nightmares and like will traumatize people. Like radiation poisoning is scary. It is straight up like zombies in real life. The demon core killed at least 2 people directly, another 8 through late life cancer. Like, honestly, the people that died earlier were the lucky ones. You know what I mean? You've awoken. The meds did not kick in yet. No, Hammer. Welcome back, though. The cat was nodding. The cat's like, yeah, I know my shit. I looked into it. I regretted it. Don't recommend it. I say, because I don't want this stream to be a wash, chat. I know I'm sick and I'm trying my bestest to hang in there. So I'm sorry for the low energy today, but I don't want the stream to be a wash. I've literally been looking forward to the stream since I got out of the movie. You know what I mean? Fun fact is virtually anything organic is radioactive because carbon-14, but it's much less dangerous. Well, yeah, like I said, think of think of radiation like a gun that randomly shoots stuff off. It doesn't just matter how, it doesn't matter how much the gun fires. It also matters the caliber of the gun. Like, if you're shooting a BB, you'll never do damage to a person. You know what I mean? Like, you could literally just sit there and get basked in it. It might not be good for you, but it's not going to, like, mutate you. You know what I mean? Versus, like, gamma radiation or some shit like that, you know? The Uno death gun. Bismuth also decays into plutonium. But it's like half-life is longer than the age of the universe. Honestly, like, even bananas are radioactive. In fact, this is a fun fact. I think I've definitely shared this fun fact before. Like, you know the giant shipping crates, like the shipping containers that, like, will go on boats? They are radioactive when they are shipping, like, crates of bananas because of so much, I think it's potassium-40. Yeah, potassium-40. There's so much potassium-40, even though a banana, you can eat all the bananas you want. You're never going to die of, like, radiation poisoning. Because it's, like, one molecule in every 10 bananas. But when you have thousands of bananas crammed into space, it's enough to be, like, make the Geiger counter go, actually, a radioactive material detected? Actually? I'm going to blow my nose. 1 second, I'm muting chat. There we go. I know this kind of turned into just like a vibe stream, which I'm okay with. I'm sorry, Chad. Potassium-40 also decays into calcium, which is stable. Yeah, potassium-40 is like one of those ones where I don't remember, like I'm not a chemist or scientist, so don't take my word for this. But I remember it having like a shorter, like compared to everything else, half-life, so it basically breaks down into something stable anyway. So it's like not as scary. But still technically radioactive. Sandwich, thank you so much for the follow, mate. Oh, welcome to Team Tater. Whoop, whoop. Like, I think the reason plutonium is so scary is because it has, like, so many, like, ions or electrons or, like, whatever the denomination is to lose before it becomes, like, I think lead is, like, the next stable state it has. So it's just throwing radiation like crazy until it gets down to that point. Well, duh, we freaking breathe it at this point. Polonium, not plutonium. Oh, polonium. Gotcha. Like I said, I'm not a scientist. I'm not even going to pretend I'm a scientist. Argon is both stable and inert. Yeah, that's why they use it for like was it MIG welding or TIG welding? I always forget. One of them means inert gas, TIG, right? Something inert gas, TIG welding. The concept being like something can't oxidize when it's surrounded by an inert gas. When radioactive potassium becomes bone material. Polydonium decays into lead, which is stable, but obviously, yeah. My brain no work. Like I said, guys, you would lose me on the scientific stuff half the time when my brain was functioning. Now that I'm sick and I have no oxygens, man, I'm cooked. I'm side-eyeing us. He knows. All right, let's go make a spot to put one of the foxes in. The story, the lore is that the foxes are kind of like a neutral, like think of it like Khajiit. They're kind of like a neutral mob in our world. So they travel between all kingdoms, like cat kingdom, dog kingdom. So it would make sense for them to get caught up with the dogs. Having a cat over here would be like, oh my god, you have a cat in the dog kingdom? And they're not being like racially prosecuted or some crazy crap like, you know what I mean? Like they're not being like bullied or like they're not in disguise, you know, stuff like that. Or it's like, not like a diplomat or something. So like baby Ash is going to get crystallized somewhere over here. Probably around the Goose Kingdom when they add geese. Racism. You're right. 89% of potassium 40 decays into calcium 40. Yeah. Like I said, I know it's one of those things where you don't have to give a crap. Like, you don't have to concern yourself with bananas being radioactive. Even, it's like one of those, it's technically correct. So it's like a fun little fun fact. But it's not actually like, be afraid. If you eat too many, you'll die. Fun fact about you got electrocuted basically today. That's not good. While making the server. How? Turns out you can't touch the PSU. It shocked you because it was not fully plugged in. Or grounded, apparently. That's dangerous. Like, electrocution is another really scary thing, because you don't realize the damage it does. Because it's like a microwave. Like, it does the damage inside out. Like getting shocked from, like, a computer or whatever is probably not going to do it to you, but, like, getting, like, electrocuted is, like, nightmare fuel, too. Like, because, like, it like, boils you from the inside. It's terrifying what electricity does to a body. I would like for perfect example, like that scene in Jurassic Park where the kid was like on the electric fence and just like clung to it and getting like that was like trauma for me as a kid. I've been electrocuted twice in my life. And I'm lucky both times were when I was like young, so like I had no side effects or no penalties, so to speak. But like it is a thing. Like the second time I got electrocuted was probably the scariest time because it was like a full-blown like actual shock, not just like, hey, you got a tingle, like stick a friggin' fork in an outlet basically is what my dumbass did. Not literally, but basically that. And I got like electrocuted. Like the lights turning on and off saved me from getting worse electrocuted. You know what I mean? Only twice. Yeah, surprisingly. As stupid as I am and the things that I do with electricity, only twice. But like even then, like, I felt the palpitations in my heart. Like, I felt myself being like, I'm not in control of my body right now. Like, the tingle, like, your muscles take time to, like, reset and be like, all right, are we in control again? Cool. Can I move now? Like, it is no joke. Do not mess with electricity if you don't know what you're doing in chat. It is unpredictable and scary. Your grandpa has been electrocuted like 17 times, and he's still breathing. The older you get... Because keep in mind, electricity is still electrical, obviously. That's the whole point of it. People don't realize this, but, like, your heart functioning is creating, like, an electrical signal. And getting electrocuted could mess with that to the point where it basically just flatlines you. Like, even a small shock, if your heart is not strong enough to basically overpower that, like, you could just... Done. Your heart stop. No starting. No, I haven't. But, Tad, what do you mean? You weren't saying the person that licked it. Yeah, saying that to the person that licked an outlet, that's grandfather has been electrocuted 17 times. Also, another fun fact is that most heavier ones decay downwards, emitting ionized helium atoms, and lighter ones usually decay upwards. Interesting. I actually didn't know that. Then you need to get another shock and restart it. Yeah, actually. But that's actually kind of a misnomer. Like, movies all the time will be like, oh my god, they're flatlining, quick, get the paddles, clear, and then, like, shock the person and restart their heart. That's not how any of that works. The whole point of defibrillation is that your heart is beating out of rhythm, not that it's not beating. If your heart's not beating, you're dead. You're already dead. Read highlight? Wait, there's a highlight? I didn't get a highlight. Electrocute is only the word for it. It is fatal. Huh? Electrocute is the only word for it. It is fatal? Like, versus being shocked, I guess, is being, like, non-fatally electrocuted, quote-unquote. Because their neighboring elements took up the stable spots, and FU, Technitanium. I can't read those words. My brain's cooked right now, chat. But yeah, no, for people that don't know, this is just from my medical experience, you know, working in hospitals and stuff like that. If you have an arrhythmia, so let's say your heart normally beats ba-bump, 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 ba-bump. And for simplicity's 4 chambers in the heart, let's just say, and that's not how it works, but I'm just saying, let's say it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's how your heart's supposed to beat. Cow wanted to stream snipe us. Let's just say that's how your heart's supposed to work. There could be certain instances where those electrical signals get, you know, interrupted. Like, for example, getting shocked. Electrocute equals person died. Got you. So let's say you get shocked really bad, and now your heart's beating 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4. It's not working correctly. You will eventually not get proper blood flow, oxygen, things like that. You might already be unconscious while that's happening. That's what the defibrillation paddles are for. It's to basically stop and it's basically like shocking your heart to put it back onto the correct rhythm. If your heart is stopped, that's it. It's stopped. If you could somehow like reach into someone's chest and star platinum their ass and like start beating it for them and get it going, then yeah, in theory, you might be able to get it going again. But like realistically, the thing you're going to do is like, you know, CPR or whatever. It's going to get the heart going again. And then they might have like, you know, AFib or something like that. And then you can defibrillate them. And stops every so often. It beats one time and stops. What? You have like a heart problem, it beats one time and stops. That's, well, I think you're describing a palpitation, where basically you have an irregular beat. Perfect example, like let's say a normal heart, again, this is just an example, this is not the actual way it works, but like using the 4 chambers going 1, 2, 3, 4 as a normal rhythm. Like think of an EKG. Like, you know how the little EKG goes like bump, bump, like it goes squiggle? Like I could actually, here, we'll do, like, I'll give you guys this. Again, I'm not a cardiologist. I'm going to super dumb this down. But let's do, where's my mouse? There it is. Thank you. Open paint. In fact, I'm going to pause game just in case the one creeper that exists in this world finds me. It's like the snail. So real quick, let's say you're in a hospital and you have, you know, this, right? Like the EKG, right? Like everyone's seen this before. There's a QRS and a T, and this is a QRST, and this is a P. Yeah, this is a P. So this first point here is a P wave. All right? And then the first point where it changes, QRS, and then the dip at the bottom is T. That's literally, just don't expect me to explain all this to you. And this is like, cardiologists will go to school for decades and specialize in this and still just be like, it's just what the heart does. All you need to know about those points is that's how they measure a rhythm. And this is a quote unquote, let's just say for this example, a normal rhythm. So you should see this over and over and over again. Faster, slower, that depends on your body, how fast your heart's beating. Why can't you see ads running 2 minutes remaining? Did they remove that for mods? Did they? I'm not on my dashboard. Ads are in progress for 30 more seconds. Good. So all the people on ads don't have to get medical degrees. But let's say, in this instance, was it Sandwich that says like they feel their heart beat weird every so often? Your heart might go like this. That might be what you look like on an EKG. And this is an irregular beat. One irregular beat random, that's not anything to be concerned about. This is like, so in let's just say the QRST is your first, second, third, and fourth chamber all going off in a specific order with a specific delay between them. That's what makes this pattern here. When this happens, it's like, okay, your first and second chamber went off at the same time, and then your third and fourth chamber went off at the same time. It's not supposed to do that. You didn't properly pump your blood. Hi, y'all, watching from D. Welcome on in, newbie. How's it going, mate? How else will he buy his 37th private jet for carrying yachts? I know, right? So this happening once, not a big deal. Let's say this is happening multiple times a minute. Be concerned, you know, maybe if it's a pattern. This happening constantly is scary. Like, this is something you would need medication to fix, to help fix your heart effectively. A single one of these is a VPC. There's a name, like vernacular, something, like there's a name for it. I don't know it. And VTAC is, so tachycardia is like, let's say your normal heart rate's going like beep, 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 like it's going really, really fast, one after the other. That's tachycardia. That's your heart rate just pumping like ba-bump, 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 ba-bump. Happens in times of stress, happens, when shock. Like there's a lot of things that happen. You having that elevated like heart rate for too long could do damage, but as long as your heart is beating correctly, it's straining it, but you're not killing yourself. VTAC is when you have these VPCs that are doing that constantly. So your heart is not pumping correctly. So it's pumping inefficiently, and it's pumping inefficiently as fast as possible. This staying could lead to death. Stuff like this is fixed with medication. So like, let's say you were getting surgery and you went into VTAC, maybe you were like light on your anesthesia, and even though you weren't awake, your body was responding to pain, and it's like a stress response. So like pain medications or local anesthetics or things like that can fix that. They could add drips to your IV bags. Like there's things you can do to fix that. But that's Dummies 101. Congratulations. You guys learned a little bit about an ECG today, which also it's echocardiogram. So it's technically ECG, but I think like the guy that invented it was like British or something like that. So EKG for whatever reason is like the one that everyone uses. I don't really know what the correct one is, but they're the same thing. I think there is an EKG, like specifically for like brainwaves or something like that. Like there is another test that I'm not familiar with. I'm not going to try to explain to y'all. That is specifically like an EKG. But EKG and ECG are basically interchangeable for monitoring your heart rate. Your pulse spike for like, that could also be from blood pressure. You could have shifted in a wrong way. Like having random spikes, as long as they're just one-offs and never happen again. Like perfect example, and this is gonna be something scary to think about, but like, let's say you have a seizure. Like right now, you just have a petit mal seizure. You just like, you go in and you go out. And you never have it again in your life. A doctor's not going to do anything about that. I hate to tell it to you. I wouldn't say don't go to a doctor, because you're never going to know whether or not it's going to happen again. But if a doctor's like, you only had it once, nothing triggered it, nothing in particular happened, never happened again, yeah, we're not going to do anything about it. It happened. It was a one-off. Something in your brain crossed the wires. If it happens again, that's when they start looking into it. That's when they start doing something about it, because now it's a pattern. Same thing with your heart. If you have like one palpitation, you got stressed. Someone, bullied you too hard. Like something happened and your heart palpitated. Happening constantly, though, that's something that could lead to, like I said, it's your heart beating inefficiently. It happening once, not a big deal. It happening several times in a minute or several times in a day, that's something old people get pacemakers put on themselves for, to make sure that they're monitoring that their heart's not beating out of whack. Your pulse sparked like a little 2 a.m. seizure is a treat. Yeah, just a little seizure, little treat of a seizure. Now the scary part is I have to break this boat, and this freaking fox is gonna flee, and we're gonna have to catch it. And I feel like the best thing we can do is just catch it. Chat, can I catch the fox? I don't want. No, you know what? Before we do this, let's put the spot we're gonna put the fox in. Let's build that first. What do you think about the new snapshot? I'm excited. But also, isn't it only on Bedrock? Did they release it for Java? Cat shit, what? You hate when it's 2 a.m. You start seeing stuff jump around in the corner of your eye. Are you awake at that point in time? Gamble if you can catch the fox? No, it's out on Java. Oh, okay. Last I heard, it was just the Bedrock, like, preview or whatever. I'm excited. I'm excited for Happy Gas. I will say that. You said we got a cat shit? Oh. Chat, you get my brain don't work good, no oxygens, okay? We got a cat shit. I want to put him relatively low so it's easy to get him in, because I don't want to drag him up here. So I think like right here should be good. And we really got to make sure that his ass gets put in and stays in. That should be good. We have a nice little like stepway up, almost fully up. That should be good enough. We have a little stepway up. We pull him into the hole. We put a block on him. We block him in. He's good. He's golden. Your doctor said worry about it though, even though it's been your whole life. Well, that's I said. It's consistent. It's a pattern. So at that point in time, it would be concerning. Like if you're having like literal constant palpitations. Like perfect example, and this happened to my dad. Brain be dumb. My brain is dumb. Why do I zoom in? Why do you have perfect timing that I zoom in every time you activate that? Perfect example. My dad had allergy issues for a large portion of his life. He just Didn't think anything of it. He just took allergy medication and then moved on. One of the things he took like almost every day, whether he had allergies or not, just to not have to deal with them. It's like one of those, like, I don't say like obsessive compulsive things, but like where it's like, it's just easier to not have to deal with it. Because once you're at work, especially because my dad was like a general contractor, you couldn't just stop what you were doing half the time. You're full of paint or dust. You're like, you don't want to touch your eyes or nose and shit. So it's like, it's easier to just put the meds in before you did it. They did Afrin, like the little, like you squirt it up your nose, like clears your sinuses thing. And they thought that was like over the counter, super simple medication, like no harm, no foul. Who cares if you did it every day? Doing it for years caused him to have heart problems. He was having palpitations. He was having like blood pressure issues because lo and behold, Afrin's freaking epinephrine. That's why I said, guys, everything in moderation. If you have to take like ibuprofen every single day to exist, something's wrong. Stop using the ibuprofen as a crutch. Go to doctor. Better than someone outside you on your window on your third floor? Your heart stops every month for 4? That's not healthy. Like your heart skipping a beat, your heart having a palpitation. Like I said, those little things here and there, that's normal. Things happen, right? Especially if you're overweight. Especially if you don't have a good diet. Especially if, you know, like insert stressful situation. Like it's like all those things are going to change minute to minute, second by second. Random things, not concerning. Consistency is the scary thing, because that's like, all right, well, do you have a hormonal imbalance? Do you have like a potassium deficiency? Like, you know, things like that. Because like, perfect example, your body uses potassium to like regulate your muscles to like clench or unclench. Actually, I think it's potassium's clench, right? I always get them confused. Like there's one electrolyte they use to clench, and I think the other one's used to unclench. I think it's clench. So like, let's say you don't have enough potassium, so your body's kind of like spreading it thin where it can. So your heart kind of gets half of a shot off, so to speak. A little bit of meth, it's just ADHD meds. You joke about that, but early ADHD meds like Ritalin and shit like that, not that far off. Not that far off. All right, let's get the lead ready. Who is calling me? These freaking robocalls. I'm getting fed up with them. We do have to make sure... I didn't want to do that. We do have to make sure that we catch the armadillo, and the armadillo doesn't escape. One sec, I need to mute my phone, because it's annoying the shit out of me. There we go. They called me at the movie theater. I got a robocall at the movie theater. You can ask Oob. He was literally right next to me, and I'm like, hello? And it's like, we're calling you about your credit card's dead or whatever bullshit. Like, you're a robot. I'm not a robot. I'm an automated assistant. Robot hanging up. It's so bad. Put your phone on airplane. I never do that just in the event. Because, like, here's the thing. The only people that call me, like, actually call me, are like, it's an emergency. So, like, if someone called me and my phone was on airplane... don't get me wrong, I love you guys to death, but like me having to answer the phone is not worth risking someone's life or some shit. But like beyond that, yes, the only phone calls I get are literally just scammers. So let me break this boat, catch the fox, recapture this guy in the other boat. Put it down. There he is. Now, where is our foxy friend? Fleeing in this direction. I got you, bitch. All right. Come on, Foxy. Come this way. You're coming with me. You're getting crystallized. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. Look at him. Look at him. He's so cute. I love the foxes in Minecraft. We stick him in the crystal. He lives here forever. Where the hell is my stairway? It's right here. Come on up here. There he is. All right, with that said, remove leash and glass. Where were we going with that conversation? I just realized, chat, I went off on a whole ass tirade about like friggin' like cardiology of all things. Why? Let's see. I need piston here, button here. He is trapped. He has a leash in his mouth. I hate that, but it's his now. He's gonna have a leash in his mouth forever, chat. I wonder what the lore reason for him having a leash in his mouth is. Should we put anyone else in this big crystal? We've got 4 boys in this crystal alone. One there, one there, one there, and the one up there. Consistency is overrated. Why do OBS and Discord randomly hate each other? Yeah. At all times, OBS hates everything. That's the joke. The player location bar with NBens this morning, another audio recorded, but it was fine on Saturday? Weird. He was trying to rescue one of the others. Aww. Which one was he trying to rescue? Honestly, I'd like to think that this is like a Venus flytrap, so to speak. Yo, Hokamid Authority, how's it going, mate? I'd like to think this is kind of like a Venus flytrap sort of thing, where it happened so fast, they didn't really have time to react. By the time they realized they were captured, they were comatose. You know what I mean? Like, they were already crystallized. I've been thinking about, like, mechanically how this works, and I'd like to think that the fungus, so to speak, is like the frog light blocks, and it's like erupted, you know, like you ever see like ice freeze into spikes where it like jaggedly just sticks out randomly, like from compression? I'd like to think that that's how it spikes out, and then once it's exposed to air, it emits like a hard light that slowly gets harder, so that it's basically like crystallizes. So basically everything that's in the aura of these, like this fungus, this mineral fungus, had no choice. The moment it was within, like, it's like, think of like how like ultraviolet or infrared light can like pass through objects. Once they were within range of it, they were captured inside of it, and then that's it. It was like leeching their life force from them and keeping them alive so it could keep leeching their life force. It's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I saw OSR building. That was fantastic. I need to blow my nose then. 1 second. There we go. You're going to take a nap? No worries, Sandwich. We're probably going to end up wrapping up here shortly. Like I said, I'm struggling to hold on. I know it's only been like 2.5 hours, but I'm sorry, chat. I did want to talk about Minecraft movie. I feel like there was definitely something else I wanted to talk about, and I don't remember. This weekend, I want to try to do the Craft Mine server. So if anyone's interested in that, make sure you guys are on the Discord, !Discord, to make sure you get the notification when we do go live with that. Because I don't think we're going to stream it. I think we're just going to play and have fun. I might stream it like on Discord, but like I don't think I'm going to stream it on Twitch. Maybe I'll record and we can see about making a YouTube video out. Because I do want to try to make more YouTube videos, and I think that's a really fun idea. But that's only if I'm feeling better by then. I don't want to have this energy when we're doing something like that. You prefer most biblically accurate server? Oh god. Metacraft, the most anatomically correct Minecraft server. Yeah, we've got the Butte hole. It's, you know, it's a little big for a butte, so it's a really big butte. Thoughts on Chihuahuas? Evil. Honestly, though, if my head was larger than my body and I couldn't be born into this world without surgery, I think I would hate the world too. So I think Chihuahuas are justified in their rage against humanity. It doesn't make them any more. They're cute, though. They are cute. Do we want to stick any more beans over there? We've got everyone captured again, right? These pigs literally just, they don't need to be here. I'll let you free for now. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I really want to do this stream. I don't know. I think we're kind of good. The Butte hole, Leaning Tower of Pisa, I know, right? The Kardashian hole. I could show you guys what we're talking about. I could do that real quick. I have to like completely switch browsers, game launchers or whatever. I don't know, because if someone else is on Metacraft, they might not know the context of me not feeling well, and I don't want to get people excited that I'm coming on and then popping off just to like really quick show the joke. But TLDR, in fact, wait, no, I don't think I have any screenshots. Let me see if I have any screenshots. TLDR, we found like a giant plateau that has like a giant hole in it, like it's just the butthole, and we're all living together on it, and just the puns were fantastic the entire stream. That was pretty much it. I didn't stream because there was a lot of other people streaming, so I just kind of want to give them the chance to have the spotlight. So I was just there to like help them with their content, so to speak. Don't leak nVent's Butte hole screenshots. Okay, I won't. But yeah, I don't know if that's going to be actually where we end up living forever on the server, but like we couldn't find a lot of cool places just like within walking distance of spawn, so we just kind of all settled in there. But let's see. I don't know, chat. I'm trying to think. So we talked about Minecraft movie. We could talk about it more. I feel like I could talk about it endlessly, but at that point in time, I feel like I don't know why I started waving. I feel like at that point in time, I'm risking just spoiling stuff, and I don't want to. All you remember is Potato making that. Oh, it's about Potato. Yeah. We could watch that clip. Wait, I could pull that clip up real quick. You clipped it and put it in our channel too. Yeah, there we go. 1 second. Stuff. Something smells off. But beyond that, wait, this is today. Beyond that, I think we're ready to play actual Minecraft. The pan nuked me. No, this one right here. This is the one I meant to click on. My goal is to make it to where y'all are. I'm so quiet. I'm so quiet. Again with the zoom! Montana, I swear to God, you have perfect timing. Or I have perfect timing.
Bumping my mouse in a weird way.
It's just the ethic. I know. But
wait, Pi can use it too? Oh, wait. I will make it in your hole. You hate Twitch volume so much? Yeah, I know. Honestly, I don't know if that was partially me, or if that was just... How many people could use that command? I thought I made it so only Montana could use it. I don't honestly remember anymore. I think it's the same exact command, what's the word? Any subcat. Yeah, I think it's the same command as like the literally same command as the one that the Punctato one. I just deactivated those and added these. So like it's literally got the same permissions. You like it being open? Yeah, and it's like non-invasive or whatever. So it's not like it's a big deal or anything. I just forgot that I said it that way. So I was like getting jump scared that it was happening so much.
Another bucket of doomed souls ready to be judged. Harrison, you tag me in videos like every fucking day. I don't ever respond. Take a hit. Portal to hell.
I might redo Brian's crystal at some point because this was a very early like proof of concept, and it kind of doesn't fit in with the flavor of the other crystals. Like I know it's a tiny one, but like I might redo this whole area, especially considering we don't need to worry about the coral now that we have the gray moss blocks, which will be way easier to get in mass than coral. But I still might use some coral just to like throw some texture in here and there. Because keep in mind, this tree, this crystal, like all of this was before they added the Pale Garden update. So like look at all of this, you know what I mean? Like we could just use these leaves. Except Tato, always blasting your ears out at 1% volume. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's me. So like I might redo some of those. But I really love this aesthetic. With that said, chat, I think we find someone to raid before I actually just start running in circles and like absolutely zoning out. I'm sorry that it was a short and stinky stream today because I was sick. I'll try to make it up with Thursday being a longer stream, presuming that I'm not actually getting sick and it's just a sinus infection and I'm going to get better by then, which... The real determining factor for that, chat, I'm not going to lie, is going to be me going to work tomorrow and whether or not I'm better by the time I have to go to work tomorrow. Because work is definitely going to exacerbate it, but I can't take off because stupid corporate America. How much do you mess up a volume slider? Do better? Me? I mean, I even have like a condenser microphone, so like even if I get really close and scream, the sound shouldn't be that bad as long as I'm always this like distance or closer. Oh, Twitch. Yeah. I don't know how Twitch does it. Twitch is just terrible. Which is why I joke, but like why my volume is so loud is because I'd rather you guys be able to turn me down than not be able to turn me up enough. You know what I mean? That's it. Make sure to sneeze on all the cheese. Yeah, I hate it so much because in like the rules, they sit there and be like, I'm sorry, you're supposed to call out if you do that because you're contagious and you'll spread things. And it's like, I agree with you. That sounds correct. But then it's like, you got to call out and they're like, actually, did you go to your doctor and get a notarized note and do all of this? And now you have to file claims through insurance companies and blah, blah, blah. And then we'll deny you. So then you weren't actually sick, which means you're fired because you weren't really sick because we said so. What? Tato, you're doing exactly. I'm correcting the problem. That's my solution. It's just everyone else counters that solution by silencing me. Can't imagine why. But yeah, there's so much more I want to do with this build, but my brain is just not in it. Like, I'm here, I'm vibing, I love the vibes, don't get me wrong. But like, I talked about the things that I wanted to talk about, and we talked about plenty more. I think that I'm going to call it there before I actually just start falling asleep on stream. I think that's fair. You have so many people streams at 100%, you cannot hear them. That's what I mean. Like, that was my biggest thing, because like before I started streaming on Twitch, I became like a chronic stream lurker. You know, like I was doing research for myself to be like, what do people like? What do people do? Like, what are the things I should do? And one of the biggest things that I found across everything was make sure my damn volume is high enough, because my God, I hated it so much when I went in someone's chat, had them cranked up to 100, and I was like, hi guys, how's everyone doing? My name's Potato. I don't even know if you guys could hear me right now. Like, actually, let me look at my microphone. Hi guys, can you hear me right now? You probably barely hear me because I'm so quiet. But we're doing some Minecraft today. Like that. Like, it's like, oh my God, I can't hear shit. Like, if I literally like fart, it is louder than that. And like, don't get me wrong, it's part of is me being the problem, where like my OCD ass, like, or my ADHD ass, or whichever one, like wants to have like 5 things go. So I'm watching a YouTube video at the same time I'm watching someone on stream. You know what I mean? Like, where it's like, no matter how quiet I make the YouTube video, I cannot hear you. Meanwhile, yours at 4% is Chef's Kiss, but that's what I mean. I wanted that option. You got Chef's Kiss. It doesn't matter what percentage it is. It's Chef Kids. I do have loud farts. I do have loud farts though. But yeah, let's see. Let's find someone. Let's switch screens. I'm trying to think. Well, before we actually end, before I forget, let's plant everyone's potatoes. If anyone else wants to get their book entries in the library, we could go ahead and do that. But let's plant everyone's potatoes for the stream. So if you haven't redeemed your daily spud today, now would be your opportunity. I'll give everyone their shout outs there. Ouch, my face. And then we'll probably find someone to raid. So if you guys have people that are live, suggestions, etc., I will take them. I know last raid was kind of scuffed because we had, what's the name? The person we were trying to raid, like, blocked raids. I don't know why. Like, I don't know if they got, like, attacked recently, so they had to do that to, like, protect themselves from, like, you know, hate raids or whatever. But, like, that was weird. Whatevs. But then we raided into someone else that was, like, I don't remember if they were, like, ending stream. Like, I just remember it was, like, an awkward raid. You're pretty sure you could be heard on your stream because you have OBS mic volume at max, and Tato couldn't hear you over 30% game volume. I mean, but that's like, it's like, I took a lot of time to make sure that my microphone was the thing that you heard more than anything else. And that, like, I had, like, the gain boosted enough where it was a comfortable volume without me having to, like, scream or anything like that. You know, stuff like that. And it's hard to do sometimes on, like, lower quality microphones, because if you crank up the gain, you're also picking up, like, all the crackling and popping and noise in the background, which you probably lowered the gain so that you wouldn't pick that up. And there's not much you can do, like... Oh, I so hope I muted that in time. 1 second, I just sneezed. I need to blow my nose. No. You have a whole no one of interest live. Wow, Montana. You're pretty much my go-to for raid recommendations. I mean, it is, like I said, it's a weird time. We typically go for like another 2 hours, so it's kind of an off time. I'll check in a second once we get all of our potatoes planted, see who I have on my follows list. What was I talking about before I literally sneezed the thought out of my brain? Oh yeah, microphone. So, the one downside to having like a lower quality microphone is that you have to like boost the gain to get the audio like to hear, like to where you want it to be heard. And in doing so, it picks up literally everything in the background that you don't want to be heard. One thing I can recommend if your computer is good enough, if you have like a NVIDIA card, is I think you can get NVIDIA Broadcast, like as a separate standalone app that basically does like AI noise cancellation. This way you could boost your gain and cut out the crap in the background, so to speak. But beyond that, that's kind of just a limitation of like your hardware at that point. You have to just work with what you got. You have someone, a friend. Okay. When we get to that screen, remind me, because if you say it now, I will forgore. The only one who online is Bad Boy Halo, but yeah, Bad Boy Halo don't need our help. I can tell you that much. I'm sure that we probably have like, 10 people here right now, just because I am sick, so stream's not that entertaining. I can't imagine we have like our normal like 20 or something like that. You know what I mean? So just anyone that we can send our help to, anyone that we could send our vibes to, send support to. That's it. That's what we go for. But let's see. We have 17 names right now. So let me get my 17 spuds here. Boop. There. No. There. And then we can read off those 17 spuds. Let's see. We've got Pie, we've got Brev, we've got Milkman, Kira, The True Sacrifice, Mango King, Goop Guy, Oob, Sensible Talk, Akuma, Monkey Business Gaming. Oh, chat. Oh, that's no. Oh, I'm plenty entertaining, even while sick and scrunkly. Montana, Herobrine, One Shot, Hammer, Thorny, and Mari. You literally just joined in. So let me add your 18th to here. Complete all of those to make sure I see if anyone else does an extra one. There we go. 18. There we are. Let's plan our 18 spuds. And guys, thank you so much for your contributions. Thank you for hanging out every day. Thank you for vibing. I do have some special rewards that I'm planning on giving y'all for high numbers of planted potato counts. All right. So it's not just, ooh, big number, get bigger. It's going to be, ooh, I get to redeem things with my potatoes. So keep that in mind. You did yours? Didn't get called out? Can you do it again? Will it let you do it again? Did I skip your name, Wolfie? I checked it off. Well, Wolfie, I'm just going to add an extra one just to make sure. And I'm going to say, Wolfie, thank you very much. There we go. We always do a couple extra anyway, just to like round out the area. So let's see. There we are. Do like this. Bam, bam, bam. You stole your call out. Let's go. I know, right? Maybe actually that could have been what happened is I got confused. I'm like, oh, wait, Mari added to the end. Don't forget that one. I have to add it. And then I stopped. Rude. But like all jokes aside, yeah, it's not worth to risk missing out on y'all. I'd rather just plant an extra potato. You guys are basically helping me by doing this. So there we go. Ay. Plant the spud. There we go. And I'm just going to do this area here to finish this off. So I don't have to come back down this far again. There's some extra spuddy action here. Like little ones like that. I should have brought more. I'll get them next time. Alright, but with that said, chat, I'm sorry for short stream. I'm sorry. I'm sick. I literally, chat, I felt it coming on like yesterday. Like midday yesterday, I'm like, oh no, it's not like taste, that weird taste you get. I don't know how to describe it. Chat, does anyone else get this feeling where like you get like a weird taste in your mouth where you're like, that tastes like I'm going to be sick, right? Well, no, before the snot. It was pre-snot. It's kind of like I could taste like a bacterial infection. I don't know how to describe it beyond that. Like I could just taste inflammation. I don't know how to describe it beyond that. Like it just, I had a taste where I'm like, no. And then like throughout the day, I was like, oh no, I kind of feel it. Like I feel it kind of getting like swollen, like not like snotty, but like swollen. And then you try to blow your nose, but nothing comes out. And then like I went to bed that night and it was like, oh God, now I'm just a snot monster. And then I woke up like all night long, constantly having to blow my nose. It was terrible. No, but you know, nope. But you know, if I feel bad the previous night, you might be sick. I mean, that's fair. That's generally how being surprise, surprise, when you feel bad, you're probably getting sick. But yeah, no, I don't know. Like I kind of feel it coming whenever I'm getting sick. Like I typically will have like a 12-hour notice. It just, I don't know the intensity of the sickness. Like with this, I don't feel feverish or anything like that. So I really just think it is like allergies that turn into like a sinus infection, like that sort of thing. But I guess I'll find out tomorrow, right? But with that said, let's see who all be live. I might have to blow my nose one more time. I might have to blow my nose one more time. I might have to blow my nose one more time. I might have to blow my nose one more time. I might have to blow my nose one more time. Oh God, I got to hurt me into perpetuity. Oh God. Get better, Stu. I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Like, literally, I'm listening to my gross ass clear my throat and talk gross. Blech. Blech. I question all of your sanity for putting up with me this entire stream. You think they might have to blow their... Nah, where would you get that idea, Murray? I don't know. I don't know about that. I think my nose is perfectly raw the way it is. Thank you. Guys, I can't laugh. I'm going to die. You're going to kill me. Let's see. People that we are following that are live right now. Let's see. We haven't done Crystal Husky for a hot minute. I feel like we've recently rated Jagger. We haven't done Oscar for a hot minute. Let's queue up some of the OGs that we've had followed here for a hot minute that are doing some Hagen Minecraft. Sardin, I feel like we did them relatively recently. It might have been like 2 months at this point, but still recently. More recent than these guys. And I feel like that's the cutoff. How many viewers do we actually have? 15. Honestly, I'm surprised. I'm not gonna lie, chat. I'm surprised 15 of you crazy mofos are listening to my snotty ass say words. Thank you guys, so genuinely. I can't tell you, like, I'm sure every streamer will say something similar to this, and if you're on Twitter as a streamer, you get this all the time. Or maybe, I don't know, tell me if you're a streamer and this works for you, or this is a thing that is also affecting, I don't know, whatever. I don't know words. But the sentiment I'm trying to say is, like, the pre-stream, like, going live anxiety is, like, a real thing. And it's not so much so that I'm, like, afraid of going live or anything. Like, it's nothing that crazy complicated. I just have the mentality of, like, what if today is the day that everyone decide, you know what? Actually, Potato Fox is mid and we don't want to hear your shit no more. That. This is the first time I wasn't zoomed in for that, I think. You know what I mean? Like that. Where it's just like, today is the day that everyone on the internet's busy and I'm just back to streaming to 0 people again. And it's not that, like, here's the thing about that, like, pre-stream anxiety thing, is that even if that were the case, I'm gonna still do my thing. Like, I'm still gonna have fun doing my thing. I'm just gonna have less people to talk to. So it's not even like it affects me in that way, but it's like did I mess up? Like that mentality. It's real, or else you'd be streaming regular. Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm asking people that do stream regular already. Cause like, I always thought, cause I'm gonna be 100% frank with everyone here. Hi, Frank. I mean, 100% honest. Like, I always thought that was a thing that you grew out of, right? Like, think of, like, the first time, I don't know, you have to do something, I don't know, like, let's say you're a military person, and you have to go use guns and go fight in wars, and you're like, okay, like, yeah, the first few times you go and you're pissing your pants constantly, but eventually you're kind of like, yeah, you just get used to it, you're in the trenches, you just do the thing, it becomes routine. Yeah, I'm waiting for that still. Like, I still have that vibe of, like, is today the day where I just, that's it, no one cares anymore. You said, you would say everyone deals with that. I feel like that's the thing. Otherwise, I feel like not that many people would talk about it. But there's also that, like, I don't know how to describe this. There's that sentiment where, like, you see certain people parroting things that aren't actually real to just be like, these are the words I'm supposed to say, now give me clout. Like, perfect example. People on Twitter all the time will say stuff like, if you want to be a famous content creator, the only thing you have to do is just go live. Like, just push the button, you fool. And it's like, if you want to be a streamer, that's your entry point. Yeah, hit the go live button. You have to literally be able to go live to be streamer. But, like, if you want to be, like, a famous content creator, no, you could literally be the funniest person in the world and never be famous. Like, the market saturated. Like, having that mentality is dangerous because I feel like it sets people up for failure. It's one thing if you're getting into it because you're having a good time and you want to do that thing and you become famous, then hey, it's a bonus. But if you're getting into it to try to make it a job, be prepared to never be able to make it a job. And if you're still okay with that, go for that grind, mate. You know what I mean? Go for it. Because that's the sentiment I had. When I went into it, it's like, hey, if I ever got famous, that would be really cool. I would do a lot of stupid, unhinged shit. However, I'm also prepared with the fact that I'm never going to be famous because I'm just not that guy, right? That sentiment. But with that said, we could do a roulette. Do we have, we had a couple people. Robin just went live. I think we literally rated them last time, right? Pi said they had someone. Pi, did you list it? Please list again. I missed. Sacrifice is always here. Sacrifice is just always banned to the corner. Minx Mudda. Let's see.
It's in my body. This should go so.
What is this game? Infinity Nikki. Scissors. Oh, welcome on in, Lab. I planted extra potatoes, so as long as you're cool that one of those potatoes went to you, welcome on in, mate.
Okay.
You guys, let's just do a roulette. We'll do a roulette of these three.
Why I feel so rushed and
All right, roulette of the three. Haha, okay. There we go. All right, guys, you know the drill. Power up the. You know what to do, right? You know what to do. We need to power up the emote wheel, please, Skizzers. We're not even starting yet. You got to power it up. You got to get it spinning first. Jump the gun a little bit on that. So guys, go on, throw in your favorite emotes. Power up the roulette with spinny emotes. Oh my geez, I forgot to mute everyone. There we go. There we go. There we go. Round and round and round it goes. Powered by emotes. There we go. Come on, chat. A little bit more energy. We can do it. Come on. We can do it, chat. We can do it. We can get it up to speed. We can get it there. We can do it. We can power the emote wheel. The emote roulette. The words are hard. I love the inverted potatoes. They're so cursed. All right, there we are. Round and round and round it goes. Where it stops, chat will know. When I say go, you'll say stop, and that's where we'll go. Are you ready? I didn't stop you. Why did you stop? There we go. Anyway, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. All right, chat, on your order, on your command. I'm watching. There it is. And we got Oscar. Alrighty then, guys. There we go. Oscar built some pretty cool stuff. They do some crazy stuff. Get them killed by a Ravager. It'll be fun. /raid Oscar Diggs. It's also been a hot minute, so we could go support the homies. But with that said, guys, if you are just joining us now, we are wrapping up. Again, I'm sorry for the short, sinky stream today. I hope everyone had a good time regardless. If you are just joining us now, I want to make sure you don't miss out on the next stream. Consider dropping us a follow here on Twitch. We can also do ! Socials in chat, gain access to our community Discord and Twitter. We was announced we'll go live there next. I really need to breathe more. Oh, geez. I just realized like how hard it is without oxygen to do even my outro. But with that said, chat, if you want to make sure you don't miss out on the next stream, Socials in chat, gain access to community Discord and Twitter. We always announce we go live there next. We stream every day that starts with a T at 3:30 CST. With that said, our next scheduled stream will be Thursday. I'm really genuinely hoping I'm feeling 100% by then. I don't remember if we were doing something special, so if I promise we're doing something special, we're doing that. That's what we're doing. Otherwise, we're actually going to make progress in Potato World here, and we're going to do the thing. All right, we're going to do the thing. But with that said, this weekend I'm planning again, as long as I'm feeling 100%, to do the Craft Mine server with everyone. So you guys, there's no entry, there's no pay to wall, there's etc. You just have to join the Discord and jump on in. So if you guys want to be able to jump in and do that, make sure you're in the Discord. Make sure you're getting ready for that go live notification. And with that said, guys, I think that's it, right? I didn't miss anything. My brain's not functioning that poorly. Thank you again, guys, for all the follows. Thank you for all the subs, biddies. Thank you for all the hanging out and vibing. Thank you for listening to my sickness. You love paying to wall. Feel free to pay to wall, Mari. You can also jump in on the Prominence 2 server. That one's pay to win, right? But with that said, guys, you're all amazing. You're all fantastic. And most importantly, you're valid. Don't let anyone tell you anything different. So until next stream, later, taters. Bye-bye.
Tuning out of starlight, the innocent lifetime flickers and flashes under a canvas. No, nobody seems worth it, while the feeling's sophisticated. The view is so restrained. The past is nearing closer and closer. This emptiness, it's just a blank slate, waiting for a painter to interfere. It's quite complex, but what I know